All right, guys, it's time for the American Anthem. All right, let's go ahead and get that playing here.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Star Spangled Banner. You know how I do, and we go ahead and turn my camera back on. All right, there we go. All right. So you know how we do here, with that Star Spangled Banner. I love to play it copyright free, so therefore it's a beautiful piece. And welcome to the channel, man. Today is the 19th, March 19th, 2026. Haven't been on since the last debate that some of you guys followed, I'd like to give a shout out to the Black Guy 9 for holding it down as a mod. We got a few others in the room and things like that. Howard too, Howard Clogg. There's a few of you guys though. I haven't forgotten you guys though. So, and many others that showed up. So therefore, we're going to be talking about the America Saved Act, right? We're going to talk about it and it will pass. It's going to go through there. So we're not worried about that at all, but I just wanted to talk about that. And, we got that golden boy here, yours truly, Chuck, Schumer, there we go, because he loved to screw the American people, right? And we're going to hear his antics, his rhetoric, his racist comments, how he was talking about Jim Crow, and said he should know because his party was the ones that started it, you know what I'm saying, historically. Oh, my goodness. You can't even make this ish up, But we're going to talk about this foolishness in a minute. So, therefore, I welcome you guys to the channel and things like that. There we go. There we go, Well, I'm over here looking like $1 million, ain't I? But, yeah, so let's go ahead and dive right into this nonsense. So hold on for a minute. All right, I did not want to. Let me see here. Hold on for a minute. All right, thank you for the like, too. I appreciate it. So, yeah. So this is your boy once again. This is Tony Love, no Diddy, but you got a lot of love here. Overall, I do have a lot of love, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and dive right into this thing, right? So we already know the latest news on the America Save Act. We got to remind ourselves, man, if you're for this country, you have to say America Saved Act because it's important. And anybody that's against the America Saved Act you already know where they align. They do not love America. We've been called these DMs out. These bastards for what they really are. They are your ones that are committing treason. Look at the insurrection that's been going on around the country coming from their party. coming from their party. I mean, this is the stuff here you cannot make up, ladies and gentlemen. They are the insurrectionists, right? They're the ones that say, well, we got to have open borders. Remember that? All of that came from the Dems, just like Jim Crow came from the Dems. Slavery came from the Dems. When we start looking at it, even the Confederacy and all that came from the Dems, right? And they're trying to do this again, and they think that the American people are dumb and stupid. But it's one thing about history. History has a very nasty way of repeating itself, right? And this is exactly what's been going on. History is repeating itself. That's the reason why they wanted to tear down the statues. They didn't want you to know of the past, right? And that's what they do in true function. But on my channel, we have put the spotlight on them where they can't hide. Like roaches, they try to hide. They can't hide because we see you. We see you scattering like the dogs you are, right? So this is exactly what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about the America Saved Act, right? And we ain't going to go into a whole lot of things. It's going to be kind of a short live stream, right? But we're going to go ahead and talk about it, right? So here it is, where you have to show us paperwork, right? We're talking about especially when it comes down to registering, right? We're talking about update with registration, right? We're talking about a U.S., right, passport, ladies and gentlemen, right? A birth certificate plus a ID, something combined, right? We are looking for this, right? Certain military records, right, showing U.S. birth, right? They're that U.S. again, and we're looking at these things, right? And a few niche things, right? When we're talking about tribal cards or naturalization papers, right? This is what the American Save Act is all about, right? Now, if you are against that, it is highlighted right here. I'm looking at it right now. This is what we're talking about, right? So, because we're saving America. America Saved Act. And we're going to play this nonsense with Chuck Schumer, you know what I'm saying, in a minute. But I'm just want to let y'all know. Where a driver's license, even real IDs, don't cut it along, right? Because they don't always prove citizenship. Look at the fake, what's that, the CDLs that they were giving? And I'm glad they've been confiscating them, boy. Look at it, man. It's been a beautiful thing, though, They've been over here stopping that, shutting that down. We don't need nobody with no illegal CDLs in this country, right? And they're being confiscated, or they're going to be, thank you for the lights, or they're going to run out there, they're going to lapse and expire, and then they're going to pull them. They've already been pulling them already. We don't need nobody driving on our highways and byways illegal as you know what, right? Because that ain't what America is about. You come through America through the right path of citizenship. Well, that's what we're talking about. You apply, right? And there is rules and standards, and hopefully we're going to be able to vote them out, because we don't need we want citizens of the United States to be also involved in our government, Congress, right? We don't look at what happened with Ilhan Umar, and I don't need to go into that again. To leave a Rashid and I appreciate the likes, and we already have another Shri Tandadar, the one that looked like a bad skit off of Saturday Night Live. We don't need this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is all about making America great, America first, all that stuff under that one heading, right? And the Dems are gone, right? Look at Trump. Look, CNN, right? And I couldn't wait to tell this one. They even admitted it. A couple of other news channels admitted it, that Trump has 100% approval rating. What do the Dems have? Nothing. How in the hell are they going to win the midterms where they don't even have the approval rating of the people's ear? Trump does, they don't, right? That's why they're screaming, hollering, bitching, and yelling, right? This is the thing about it, because they don't want the voter rolls cleaned up. They don't want the American Safe Act, because these are their constituents right here. We already know this, right? They want to keep the illegals, right? But nope, that ain't going to happen, because Trump and the Patriots have the what? Leverage. We have the leverage, ladies and gentlemen. They do not. That's why they're screaming and hollering now. Or I think Brooklyn Barack is about to be replaced by some other radical leftist lunatic that's really progressive than he is, right? because they find that what's Brooklyn Barack, as better known as Hakeem Jeffries, Timu Obama. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'll tell y'all, man, you know what I'm saying? But this dude is weak. That's what they call him. He's weak on the issues and things like that. And like I said, though, too, man, we are in the winning seat, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? I thank y'all for rocking with me. They get so mad when I tell the truth or whatever. And like I said before, they can't call out their party because they're cowards on the left. They rather have this radical stuff and everything. Look at what's going on. Look how New York is being totally effed up. Look at California, how it's being effed up. These old California, and look at New York with Mondummy, right? They never had a job in his life. And then they're electing him mayor. Are you kidding me? Boy, you can't make this stuff up. It's like Saturday Night Live at the Comedy Hour, right? Amateur night, you know? It's just foolish, right? These are idiots, morons, you know? They got a beta male up in there, you know, up there in New York and in California. Beta! I'm going to put that on my, that's going to be on my sound bite. But for right now, I can still say that, though, for what it really is. But look at it, though, man. Thank you for the likes, you know? We got these beta Chuck Schumer, beta, you know what I'm saying? Look at Hakeem Jeffries, beta, you know? I sound just like Jesse Lee Peterson, don't I? But, I can imitate voices, too. But that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah. So, here it is, though. Supporters like a bunch of Republicans, including Bill's main guy, right, Chip Roy from Texas, and a big endorsements from folks like President Trump says it's common sense, election security, right? They pointed to the border issues, claiming non-citizens on voter rolls, some states, right? And they say we need to lock it down so only citizens decide our elections. Isn't that true? They argue it builds trust, right? Which it does. If people know the system, thank you for the likes, airtight, or more folks might actually believe the results and show up. And which is true, because once again, thank you for the likes. What are we talking about here, right? We're talking about saving our republic, right? This is a constitutional republic now. It's not a democracy no more, right? So let's get that straight first and foremost. Trump aligns himself with the Constitution of the United States of America, right? Remember when it says, to the republic, right? For which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, for liberty, justice, for all, right? Not for some, for all. And I suggest that people learn about that. Learn about the Constitution, right? Because that's what it's all about. And that's where, now that we are on that trajectory, we are not turning away. The Dems actually pulled away from the Constitution. They tried to rewrite history, right? This is the problem. But you can't rewrite history because we won't allow them. We are in the way. We have blocked off all the avenues of corruption. We're going to talk about that fraud, and we're going to talk about that corruption too. We ain't going to get away from that. That's all we're going to talk about is that corruption of what these Dems did in these other major states, right? We ain't going to let them off. We're going to bite like a pit bull, and I'm going to stay locked. Ugh. That's what we're going to do. Lock on that, you know what, right? So here it is. The critics, the Democrats, voting right groups like, I would say, Brennan, Center ACLU League, right, of women voters say that this is basically shows your papers voting on steroids, and it could block millions of eligible citizens, can y'all believe this, from registering or updating. This is coming from them, the ACLU, right, the League of Women Voters and all the rest of this stuff. About half of Americans don't even have a current passport. This is what they're saying. That's like 140 million people. Lots of folks, especially younger people, low income rural, or people of color don't have easy access to a birth certificate. Are you kidding me? In modern day time, this is what they're still saying, man. They're still saying this nonsense from back in the day. It might be lost in other states, costs more money to replace it like 20 or 50 plus fees, time off from work. They want to make this, dressing this stuff up that we just so stupid and dumb. It's an inconvenience and we got to go to work, man. The Democrats have never cared about the black community, nor will they ever. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy, y'all, right? Military voters overseas, good luck tracking down the old service records quick. Oh yeah, thank you for the like, I appreciate it. This is their nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. Naturalized citizens, their paperwork might not be handy. You hear this crap? It's so laughable. It's comical, ladies and gentlemen. How is this a threat? All you got to do is apply and go down there. If you want to vote, you have the proper paperwork. Just like if you want to drive a car, you have to have the proper paperwork, right? That's exactly what it is with anything. Because what they saying, we don't need to do that. So why not? So why ask for the drinking laws? The drinking law is 21 years of age, showing ID. So why not? Sometimes I get carded, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time. But here's the thing. You're going to drop it for that. You might as well drop it for everything. Can't you imagine? Thank you for the likes. Can you hear the logic, the stupid, idiotic reasoning coming from the left? They try to make this stuff sound like they're saying something big, you know? Oh my gosh, man, I tell you, they are looking stupid for real. Idiots, right? But we stand on the topic for right now because it will be passed, ladies and gentlemen. We have the leverage, the Dems do not. They can't even deal with, they shocked at the fact, and it's no shocker, Trump 100% approval rating. You know what I'm saying? 100% approval rating with this idiocy, well, coming from the left. Look at it, 100% approval rating, ladies and gentlemen. You can't get no higher than 100%. The Dems are so far down, I forgot where they are. They don't even matter anyway because they're not going to get in there and we're not going to allow them to get in power ever again. You know what I'm saying? Those days are over. So you either going to deal with the constitutional republic or get yourself a ticket and do like Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen DeGeneres. Get on that flight and get the hell out of here because we don't need no traitors in America. This is our America now, right? Our constitutional republic. Thank you for the likes. And get used to hearing it. No more democracy, right? Mob rule stuff. We ain't under that no more, right? Boy, I tell you, man, I get hyped up talking about this stuff, you know? And it impact the future elections. Millions can't register easily. Here it is. And what they're saying is that it get purged during the cleanup because of the paperwork issues, right? The turnout drops. We're cleaning it up right now because in the future elections, it's going to be nice and clean where everybody go in there and do what they have to do to vote. It's your civic duty, right? And it's your patriotic duty to go down there to those polls and vote, right? And we just want it to be fair. The Dems don't. They've been cheating for a very, very long time. And I can actually put it out there, right? Because, again, you can look at the great pushback that they're trying to do, right? They don't want the voter rolls to be discovered because it would show that they've been cheating, right? Just like with the fraud stuff, it would show that they've been cheating on that. They've been ripping off the American people, stealing our elections. This is treasonous act stuff. Talking about, yeah, Trump doing it. It's treason. No, what Schumer and all of them, AOC, all of them, is treason, what they've been doing. They also support insurrectionist acts and things that they've been doing under their party, the party of criminals, right? It's the Democrats, right? The party of criminals. They are the liars. They are the cheats, along with the rhinos. Don't leave out the rhinos, too. The rhinos, the Republican and they know only, they're the same thing as these old lying progressive liberals, right? We want them out of power. We're going to be impeaching those rhinos as well because they're against the American Saved Act as well, too. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't take that long to decide something, but we have them trapped. Because if they don't do it, talking about the rhinos, they're going to get impeached. And if they do it, they're going to be impeached either way it goes, right? They know it. Their time is coming to an end. We want that old crooked crook and all the rest of them, you know what I'm saying? Mitchell, you know what I'm saying? We want all of them out of here, you know what I'm saying? We want all these criminals on the right. I'm talking about the, you know, once again, we're talking about the rhinos once again, right? We want them, Mitch McConnell and all them, we want them out of here, man. We want all of them, you know. Chuck well, not Chuck, what's the other dude? You know what I'm talking about. We want them all out of here, ladies and gentlemen, as well as on the left, because they don't mean us no good. They mean us great harm. They're the ones that allowed all these illegals over here. And I wouldn't be surprised that they were over here combating with our enemies. We already know Obama was doing it, right? And many others, Crooked Hillary and them, combating with our enemies, right? Weaponizing our enemies, right? Look at all that stuff that they did. They did a lot of damage, man. They did a lot of damage. But one thing for sure is, ladies and gentlemen, we rolling, boy. We rolling. We got the right president. The first time we have a president we all voted for, elected, not selected. See, Obama and all of them was selected, right? All your other presidents, Biden was selected, right? Bush's was selected, junior and senior, you know what I'm saying? They were all, Jimmy Carter. All of them was selected. They weren't elected, selected. Liars and cheats, low-down criminals, man, nasty. Oh, my goodness. But, yeah, but other than that, the SAVE Act, ladies and gentlemen, man, this is where it's at. Let's hear from old Lion, Mr. Lion Man himself. Let's go ahead and pull him up. Oh, yeah, thank you for the lights. Here we go.
Ever seen in America. And the MAGA Republicans know it. They know it. And so they're so unpopular that the only way they can win in November is kick millions of people they don't like, off the voting rolls. They are trying to dupe us, folks. They are trying to dupe America. They say, oh, this is just a voter ID law. Bullshit. It is not a voter ID law. It is a law that will kick millions of Americans off the voting rolls. We know what happened. Their bill, they had to add this in, demands that every state turn over the voting rolls to the Department of Homeland Security, and we've had enough of them on other issues. And once they get that, there is a algorithm put in by Trump, by Musk and Doge, that would kick tens of millions of people off the rolls. They say they want to kick people who are not citizens, who are immigrants, off the rolls, but there's no evidence of any of that. It will kick millions of American citizens off the rolls. And they don't even require you be told. So if you voted at the same voting place and used the same voter ID year after year after year, you're going to show up in November if this law passes, and it won't. If this law passes and they'll say, Ms. Jones, Mr. Smith, sorry, you're no longer on the voting rolls. You said, but no one told me that. And then there'll be no way for you to vote. So I have called this act over and over again, Jim Crow 2.0. And they hate it. I've gotten 50 million right-wing attacks on my email because I said it, and you know why they attack it? Because they know it's the truth. It is Jim Crow 2.0, but it's spread across the whole country, not just regionalized. No driver, that you can't use a driver's license to register. You're a soldier and you've risked your life for your country. You can't use your military ID. They will make, it will be easier in most states to buy an AR-15 assault weapon than register to vote under their law. Can you believe that? So we're fighting this tooth and nail. We are fighting this tooth and nail.
All right, so I read some of the comments. Some of them I've been posting. You know, the ones that don't agree, you know what I'm saying?
I am here today on this very floor urging the members of this body to pass the Save America Act.
Yep,
our Democrat colleagues are
there's Ted Cruz
bellowing into the TV cameras that photo ID to vote is Jim Crow. Now, I will admit, our Democrat colleagues should be experts in Jim Crow because it was Democrat politicians who passed the Jim Crow laws. It was.
I'm gonna pause that for a minute. And some of you guys, I mean, a lot of us was too young to not say too young. We weren't even born. But what Ted Cruz said is what I said too. Because again, the people that come into these chat forums that try to thumb this stuff down, they cannot hide the truth. That's why they try to divert it. And then we haven't even talked about the fraud yet again, which I'm going to stay on. Their party is bullshit. That's why they can come in here and insult. I don't care about you calling me Uncle Ruckus and other names. Guess what? Your party is gone. You have no leadership, and you're going to get used to it. We're going to be in power for a long time now. No more of this dim stuff, though. You may as well get used to it now. Because, like I said, I'm calling it early. We're going to take the midterms, and not only take it, it's going to be a landslide. Are you kidding me? America first, right? And if you ain't champion that, you are on the losing side of history, my friend. Straight like that. Call the names. I want all the smoke today, right? Come on. Because it ain't hurting me. We are in the party of advantage. Y'all are the party of disadvantage. Y'all don't have the people's ear anymore. That's why Trump is 100% approval rating. And y'all are 0. Get used to it. And I just love trolling the trolls. It's what I do best. You know what I'm saying? You think you over here trying to run something? You can't account to the fraud against the American people. You can't account to the legal immigration, right? Which is really illegal aliens in our country. There's a lot of stuff that the Dems going to pay for. They're already being investigated. RICO laws. They have broke so many laws. I mean, look at the things that they've been doing, man. Anti-American from day one. They can't even hold the Constitution. And then now we got to listen to who? Chuck Schumer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why I call him, because he'll screw you over. Chuck Schumer, ladies and gentlemen. This is their weak leadership from these nitwits. Are you kidding me, man? You know what I'm saying? No match. I would love to debate Chuck Schumer, you know, talking about what he's talking about, Jim Crow. Your party started it, you know? Now for black people, we know about Jim Crow better than he does. His party, his white face party, his group, his one, you know what I'm saying? Their party, they started it, you know? Slavery, Jim Crow, segregation. We can go right down that list in that chronological order, right? Along with redlining. You know that was a Democrat policy, right? The Color of Money. I read that book. I can't think of the author. All of this is coming from their bull, you know what, ass party. Exactly, right? So all they do is butt hurt, coming in this room all upset, you know what I'm saying? And nobody, I said, they're a bunch of crybabies. Read them and weep. It's okay, Dems. It's okay, liberal Democrats. You know, you're not going to win. You may as well get used to it. You know, MAGA Republicans, America first. Man, I love it. Don't you love it when a good plan comes together, boy? They are done, man. I'm talking about done, boy. You know, the empire, or I should say, I got to use the Star Wars references, but the republic, right? The republic, long live the republic of the United States of America. That's why I play the Star Spangled Banner. Remember, Dems hate the Star Spangled Banner. They hate the Constitution. That's why they're coming in this room right now. Boy, if I had it my way, I'd be over here and kicking in doors and arresting them for espionage, right? I'll also be arresting them for illegal stuff. Being treason would be the number one thing. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell y'all, man. Go ahead. Take it away, though, Ted Cruz.
Democrat politicians who founded the Ku Klux Klan. You need a photo ID to purchase alcohol. You need a photo ID to go into a bar. You need a photo ID to get on a plane. You need a photo ID just to drive a car, not even rent a car, drive a car. You need a photo ID, actually 2 photo IDs, to shovel snow in New York City. Why would we not require the same level of verification for something as consequential? Mr. President, later this year, American citizens across the country will exercise one of their most valuable and sacred rights, the right to vote. A right that has been hard-earned and fought for from the founding generation of our republic to today. And how was the right to self-government, the right to vote, secured? It was secured by American colonists who rejected the royal edict and hurtled tea into Boston Harbor, declaring no taxation without representation. It was secured by ordinary men who seized their muskets and fired the shot heard round the world at Lexington and Concord. It was secured by continental troops.
And then I want to address something to Justin. You know, it's going to pass. You know what I'm saying? ooh, I'm afraid that the deflector shields will be quite operational when your friends arrive, and it will be quite operational when the American Saved Act will be applied, because there's some other channels that he can do where he can bypass the Congress, and it's all legal. You know what I'm saying? Either way, it's going to happen. That's why I'm so confident. Oh, yeah, it going to pass, you know. I'll put something on it that it'll pass, and then he ain't going to stand by that, because Democrats don't even stand by nothing. Or they'll welch on the bet. They always welch on everything. That's why it ain't even worth betting them, because all they do is just liars, and they'll welch on it. Thank you for the like. You know what I'm saying? Right? So like it is, though, I'm going to go and play this back again, you know. Let me see here. I'm over here looking at some of these other things. Yeah, they party is finished, man. These guys are pussies, man. Look at them coming in here crying and everything. That's why I always do the, you know what? You know what I'm saying? Where is it at? Because, you know, the crybaby thing is fitting to these Dems. This is what they're all about. They cry when they can't get their way. Oh, you think Uncle Ruckus hurt me? How many times he been spamming that? Thank you for the likes. Names, just names, sir. You the one that your party is losing. You done lost the American people. Do you realize this? Be careful what you wish for. That's all you got to be careful what you wish for. Like something going to happen, man. Trump already proved himself since 2016. What are you talking about? Be careful what you wish for. Yo, man, this, you know what I'm saying? You should be careful what you actually, you know, they party don't offer anything but a whole bunch of, they deliver, then they don't keep their promise, and then they blame it on other people. This is what the DMs do, and I'm going to keep saying it. That's exactly what it is. You're going to show that ID, and you're going to like it, and you're going to love it. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, the American Save Act is going to pass, is going to happen, and you better get used to it. This is a constitutional republic now. You better get used to that, too. We're going to keep our guns. We're going to keep our arms, and it's going to happen, and you're going to like it. All right, and if you don't like it, then go to some other commie country, you know? Because if I had it my way, I'd round all y'all up in this room that's against it and send you to a communist country and let you figure it out. I would like to love to send them to North Korea. You know, North Korea be fitting for Democrat followers as well as these lying treasonous politicians. I would send all of them to North Korea, where they can get acquainted to what real pain and suffering really is, right? Where they have to bow down to Kim Jong-un. You know, I know Kim would love that. Kim Jong-un, don't you want some other people? You want some other, these old treasonous people, and don't hold back. Show no prejudice against them. The ones that are against America, Kim Jong-un, when we send them over there, because if I had it my way, I would send these people over there to North Korea and let Kim Jong-un figure it out. I say, Kim Jong-un, you could do the best, whatever you decide is okay with me, you know? And they would be crying. They would be upset. They'll be like peeing in their pants and panties, right? Look at them. Man, they love it though, too. That's all they can say, man. Nothing. Look at it. I'm reading the comments, ladies and gentlemen. I'm only reading the good comments, but the bad ones, right? They don't have nothing to say but name insults. Thank you for the likes. That's why we win all the time. They lose, right? They lose. You know, look at them. All upset. You're going to show that proof. Thank you for the like. You're going to continue showing that proof. You're going to go, when you go to them polls, you're going to show that proof of ID, you know? And that's why the DMs, y'all are gone. You have no leverage whatsoever. You got weak leadership. Just look at a soy boy, Chuck Schumer, right? He screw you all the time, right? Look at their districts. You think AOC? Yep. Yeah, garbage people, ladies and gentlemen. Garbage people. I tell you. Boy, look at this. I love it, though, you know? I love it, man. You're going to get used to it. We in a position, right? Not you guys, right? The DMs are gone, right? Just know this. That's why they can only come in this room. And really, for a lot of times, I just love clowning these. So I be stunting on these trolls. I stun on you, you know what I'm saying, with the truth, right? And I appreciate my likes. I appreciate my followers and stuff like that, because that's all the thing. How much is gas? Don't worry, in a few weeks it'll be down low. Trump already tapped into the reserves. Drill baby drill. We got the refineries going and everything. We're going to have way more refineries, though. We are energy independent as we speak right now. This is what leadership is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Energy independency is what America was about. When we had that old Biden, which was basement Obama anyway, right? He had us dependent on other energy sources, though, right? Instead of America. We are strong. We are the number one superpower in the world. Thank you for the likes. We got the Armada over there. Pretty much it's already been a wrap, though. We won the war against Iran, man. It's no comparison, man. That's what I said. Put that one on for Trump number 9, ladies and gentlemen. Trump number 9, ladies and gentlemen, right? Look at what he did, though. Beautiful thing, though, man. You know, they can't stop. Boy, they can't stop America first, right? Boy, look at this, man. We are a superpower, and everybody else got to capitulate, you know, and things. So that's what it is. They got to be in submission, ladies and gentlemen, and that's exactly what it is, man. Boy, I tell you, man. We're going to play the rest of this with Ted Cruz, you know. Let's hear from Ted.
Who marched
Teddy.
the fields of Saratoga and the coastline of Yorktown, repeating those immortal words of Patrick Henry. Give me liberty
Or give me
or
death.
give me death.
Go ahead, Patrick Liberty.
For nearly
Patrick
250
Henry.
years, Americans have cast their votes for leaders at every level, from local officials to state representatives to the President of the United States. Every member of this body is here today because we were elected fairly and honestly and given a mandate by
I
our
don't know about
constituents
that.
to
Hold on for a
serve them.
minute. Everybody that was elected, I disagree. Nope. Everybody wasn't. And that's why we're going to clean up these voter rolls, because it's people that got in there by the Dems that should not even be in there right now, right? All this lawfare-ish and all this other stuff is going to coming to an end. You know what I'm saying? Make no mistakes about it, though, you know? And the way that Trump and the Patriots have been doing, they've been doing an excellent job, ladies and gentlemen, crushing the lying enemies of America, the ones that's treason, espionage, and all this other stuff, boy. They got so much stuff on Obama. See, what the left don't realize, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you how powerful it is. Trump had time since 2016 to build what we call Star Force, right? And this is a global thing where they got eyes. They just allow these people to do what they did with the elections and all that. They got the proof on this stuff, right? This is why, how you think over here in Dearborn, right, when they were trying to plot, Star Force was already on it. They watched them, trailed them, tracked them for months. They were watching what they were doing. They got all the technology. And this is the reason why the stuff is being stopped, ladies and gentlemen. If that would have been the Democrats, they would allow that stuff to happen, just like they did in 9/11 as well. 9/11 is an inside job, plain and simple. And that was under who? That was under Bush. Bush is a rhino, right? Bush Jr., talking about him, right? Let's go ahead and keep it real, right? We got a president. I always love it when I would say what Trump been doing. Trump has been stopping things, cleaning up the countries around the world, right? This is what he's been doing, liberating them for their sovereignty, right? You guys need to go and look that up, right? Sovereignty, just like over here in America. We are not going to be continuously paying taxes to a foreign institution that doesn't have our best interests at heart. Those days are done. And Trump have shut down the money pipeline. He's stopping the cartel, right? Crippling countries like Iran and everything like that. Already took over Venezuela. You know, the people are free now. Yeah, and shout out to my Latinos that are Venezuelans. You know, they are happy now. They don't have Nicolas Maduro running things, slapping them around and things like that, telling what they can and can't do. It's a beautiful thing. And the Iranians, boy, like I said before, they are so happy now, ladies and gentlemen. Look at them, man. They over there, the women, y'all ain't got to wear the hijab unless if you want to. You could dance in the street. You could be able to date a guy, kiss him in the mouth. You ain't got to worry about all that stuff. See, the Ayatollah didn't want you doing all that stuff. And the people in this room that's champion for this nonsense, see, they are commies, right? They're a totalitarian system. That's why a lot of these people that are treason in our room, I want to send them to North Korea, though, because Kim Jong-un has the recipe. He will break their spirit, right? And things like that. He will beat their, you know what? He will beat their ass. You know what I'm saying? Every day, all day, to total submission, right? That's what has to happen. Kim Jong-un, I would love to set it up where you could take a lot of these throwaway so-called American treasonous bastards right over there to North Korea, though, and things where you'll understand, like I said before, what true pain and suffering was all about, you know? You want communism, guess what? You're going to get it, right? That's what I'm saying. It ain't going to be no negotiation. Just round them up, send them on over there, and keep them there, you know? A lot of them ain't going to make it anyway. Let's just be honest, you know? A lot of them will probably take their own life because they're not used to living under a regime like this, you know, where they got to eat grass and find other sources of protein just to survive. Give them the bare minimum. Do not let up, Kim Jong-un. Get our traitors up on out of here. Our traitors ain't no good, I tell you. Oh, man.
In
Boy,
Washington,
I tell you.
and to protect the liberties and freedoms our founders fought to preserve.
That's right.
The power of the ballot box determines the course of our nation, the
That's right.
history we are writing, and the freedoms that we continue to defend. And while no single ballot in isolation may seem decisive, together, the votes of the American people shape the course of our nation and the course of history. But it is worth remembering that our voting system did not begin as it exists today. When this nation was founded, the right to vote was limited, and over time, through debate, sacrifice, a bloody civil war, and constitutional amendment, the right to vote was quite properly expanded. The 15th Amendment prohibited denying the vote based on race. The 19th Amendment guaranteed women the right to vote. And the 26th Amendment lowered the voting age to 18.
And guess what? And this is another thing that these dumb Democrats don't realize. All these policies that were passed came from the Republicans. Thank you again, right? All from Republicans, right? Look at this, boy, I tell you.
At every stage of our constitutional amendment process, the goal was the same: to ensure that the right to vote belonged to American citizens.
American citizens. And you Dems need to understand this, you know. But again, you are not American. You're rooting for the enemy. And I remember some of the comments, how you thought that Iran was going to kick our, you know what, proved you wrong again. You know what I'm saying? We are the superpower. Y'all didn't realize how big our armada really is, though. Trump was it strength through peace through strength. And that's exactly what ended up happening, right? Pretty much, it's just it's already, the war is already it's already over with, man. It's just a matter of time. Like I said, a few weeks when they tie some things up, you know, because any Ayatollah that's gonna come in there gonna be the same fate. They don't want that smoke. I wouldn't if I was Iranian. I wouldn't want to do that. No, you don't even hear from their son no more. If he's dismembered or disfigured, how can somebody run a country missing limbs and don't have their faculties in place anymore? You know, they had these underground bunkers. They knew exactly, Star Force, they already knew where they were. They were just, it was so easy to hit them. And they had these underground bunker busters, you know. That's why they didn't make it, ladies and gentlemen. They thought that Trump was playing around. He ain't playing around. We got the, look at it. We got the might. We got the technology, and that's for the rest of them, though. Ain't none of them can hide under the bunkers underground. You know, that'll be your tomb, if you know what I'm saying, though, you know. Boy, the might of the USA. 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 We the best. We the best. And we are the best, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be an American. God shared his grace on me. He sure did. And for all the men who've died, fought and died, so mine, you know what, can be free. And that's exactly what it is, though, you know. I like to stand up, Yup, that's exactly what it is. Love that song, man. And that's exactly what it is, though, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't you happy? Do you realize how lucky you guys are to be an American right now? You know, you ain't got no dictator. See, with the left, they want to be a dictator, man. That's why we oust their ass out of power, right? They ain't got nothing coming. Chuck Schumer and all the rest of them. You got that Brooklyn, Timu, Barack, Hakeem, you know what I'm saying, Jeffries and all the rest of them. They ain't got no leadership, man, and they gonna be. That's what I'm saying, man. We gonna get them out of there, man. We are the best, ladies and gentlemen. America #1. We the best. USA. And I love rubbing it in the troll's face, rubbing it in your face, right? You can't do nothing about it, but that's all you can do. That's all. It's okay, Democrats. Oh, it's okay. You old lying liberals. Old nothing lunatics. We got the upper hand. Get used to it because it's going to get better than this, right? When the gas and the oil prices start going down, right? When the food costs and all this other stuff going down, I trust Trump's leadership way more than I do the Democrats. Y'all were in power a lot longer. Y'all the reason why we in this situation in the first damn place, right? And I'm going to stand, and you're going to stand on it. I'm going to keep your feet to the flame. You and your party, you voted for this nonsense. They cheated our elections. They've been cheating, and things like that. Look at that. Talking about Biden had 80,000 votes. In his dreams, he never had 80,000 votes. Oh, yeah, he created a lot of jobs. Yeah, he put government jobs, 87,000 IRS agents to go after the people. All that was stopped, seized all that. That's not a way. His guy never, what we over here listening to these people? Obama and them never ran no corporations and businesses. Trump has. And he has a 95% success rate in his businesses, right? Look at that, huh? Better than what they had. They never ran anything, right? All they are is sock puppets. Obama is a sock puppet because somebody got their hands up his, you know what, telling him what to say. Chuck Schumer is a sock puppet as well, too. AOC is a sock puppet, right? Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren, right, is a sock puppet, right? All these sock puppets, right? That's all they are. Let's look at them. I'm gonna do a special meme with them. I'm going to dress them up, making sure they look like them. And then that's all they are, like the Muppets. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's all they are. They ain't, I'm a low intelligence. Look at Maxine Wicked West Waters. That's an old sock puppet. That puppy need to be out of there, you know? She don't offer no solutions at all. While she got her $4.3 million gated community home, and look at her district, right? Look at them. You know what I'm saying? Look how pitiful she is, right? And all the rest of them. Man, you blacks should be slapped twice if you over here rocking with that group. You foolish idiots. That's what they are, you know? And then you also allow these liberal whites to dictate to you who you gonna vote. I always said it. Liberals hate who? Conservative blacks more so than any other, right? We know why, because once you know the history of them, that's why they hate us so much, right? I don't need no dim or no liberal or no, influential, right? White liberal woman telling me what to do, right? And all the rest of them, right? Because they all sock puppets. They're followers, right? They don't offer no solutions. They're the reason why we have ghettos across America right now. I'm just going to tell that truth, right? They are the reason. They're a reason for a lot of things. They both are for war, the rhinos as well as the Democrats. They've been pushing war to get more funding, right? They had all this going on, try to destroy our economy, right? Wanted to push more taxes on us, right? Promise these empty promises, no solutions, and then they blame it. Trump, 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 Trump. You know, the American people, that gets a little old after a while, right? So let's go ahead and finish up with, I'm just to play a little bit more with Ted Cruz.
It was exercised with integrity. And while our system has evolved, one principle has remained constant. Elections reflect the will of the American people. For a right so sacred, for a privilege so hard fought, it is shocking, it is tragic, how neglected and vulnerable the protection of our elections has become. That is why I'm here today on this very floor, urging the members of this body to pass the Save America Act. It says that when you register to vote in a federal election, you must provide
Thank you for the
proof
light.
that you are a citizen of the United States, and you must provide photo ID to vote. In simple terms, that's it. This is not some radical, politicized, or weaponized piece of legislation designed to restrict Americans from voting.
I guess we'll make a correction here for, Pimware? Yeah, Martin Luther King, if you look at, he was a registered Republican, not a Democrat. If you look at the history, he was a Republican, just like his father, Daddy King. You look it up. Just want to make that correction real quick. All right, go right ahead.
It is a common sense measure that protects the integrity of our elections by ensuring that American citizens and only American citizens.
Let me go ahead and troll Lacey. I think she came in here before. Your little script, or whatever, you know. Lacey, well, like I said before, I done dealt with better heavyweights than you. You know, you probably somewhere in your room, all safe or whatever like that. But like it is, though, Lacey, the Death Star would be quite operational when your friends arrive. It really would, you know, just like the deflector shields and everything else. It's going to be quite operational. There's a trap that's being set again, you know. But you are some of the, look at you, you liberal, purple hair, green hair freak. You probably got tattoos, nasty, single. Only ones you can really date is these beta, gamma males on down. You know, you can't get a real alpha male like myself, you know, because I will put you in your place if we was together, though, you know. You wouldn't be allowed to even come up in here and say what you say, you know, because it's going to be my way or the highway, you know what I'm saying? There's still real men that are left, but on the left, they're just a bunch of soy boys, you know. They put up with this nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the reasons why right now, these types of people here, these liberal, they're the worst, man. They are the worst. Let me go ahead and play that back. I was reading some of the comments.
They're
You know, I
voting
couldn't
in-
let that fly. I couldn't let it fly, though.
Legitimacy in a democracy
tell you.
rests on two pillars. First, the mechanical integrity of the system to produce a valid result. And second, the public's confidence in that system. If either one fails, the system falters. If both fail, the system collapses. A system that cannot be trusted is a system that cannot govern. If you look around the world, between 2/3 and 3/4 of countries require some form of identification to vote. Why? Because it safeguards the integrity of their elections and reinforces public trust in their system. So it begs the question, why hasn't the United States fully embraced this standard? Well, for the last several months, we have heard claim after claim about how this legislation would somehow inhibit people from voting.
Yeah, Mike says that the Democrats are scaring the Republicans. In your dreams, Mike, you are another idiot. Do you realize that your party do not have no leverage whatsoever? And I know it's hard to accept this, you know. Trump been kicking y'all behind on the left since he was inaugurated. Facts. He has a winning streak, and he will be the party that will destroy the Democrat Party. You do realize this, right? Because we ain't seen nothing yet. He's got everything all in place, though. He's been walking y'all down from day one, though. You know what I'm saying? It's just so comical that they are so much in their delusion that they think they're going to have a chance to win the midterms. We're going to have access to those voter rolls and everything else. You know, they're proving to you, even in this room, that these people are treason, right? All of them that's against America. Look at them. Look at them in this room. And they're the minority group. They're not the majority. You know, we've seen this insurgency from BLM, right? Summer of Love, No King rallies. They're all in violence, right? Antifa, they support them. I can't wait when he round all of y'all up. I want them to be sent over. Antifa need to be sent to North Korea, too. Send them over there to Kim Jong-un. He would love it, though. You know what I'm saying? I want all of these insurgents, these people that are against America, to be sent to North Korea, right? Because that's all. Look at them. Look at them right now, though, ladies and gentlemen. They're showing you, right? I do this to expose who the treasonous espionage people that want America to lose. They even want our president. They've been standing in his way for the whole time. All of the rhetoric that they talk about doesn't even add up to what Trump has been doing. He's been a wonderful person. He's going to be on the head. His face is going to be on Mount Rushmore, you know what I'm saying? And if you were to desecrate it, you're going to be, I'm telling you, though, you don't want that smoke, you know what I mean? So like it is, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to study pummel. We just study pummeling through, pummeling them upside the head, you know what I'm saying? Because we have the leverage. They don't. Trump has the ear of the American people. Every time the phony, fake media try to spin something, we right there correcting it with the real facts and information. You know what I'm saying? They even lied about Barron Trump and the oil scam thing that would never happen. We was there to correct that nonsense too. All of this stuff is nonsense. We won the war against Iran. Iran didn't win, they lost. And we're going to take out and neutralize anybody that steps up. Well, that's a new supreme leader, you know, something very bad is going to happen to them. And by the way, Trump knows where all the sleeper cells are in America because of Star Force once again. Space Force, that's what it is. Not Star Force. Space Force, that's what I'm trying to say. I had to make a correction to myself. Space Force, ladies and gentlemen. They know where the sleeper cells are. They're just waiting because they're going to be, and a lot of them been apprehended anyway. This is how, you want to know the reasons why I rock with Trump? I've been giving you a list of reasons. He got Space Force on lock, right? And that's why they are there to be able to apprehend them before they even do it, just like they were over there in Dearborn. You know what I'm saying? Stopping these people, stopping these terrorists, right? If it would have been the Dems, they would have allowed it to happen. And then say, yeah, we got bombed and this and that. Trump did not allow Biden to have access to the Space Force technology. Facts, right? This is how you have real efficient leadership. They're always 8 steps ahead of the people that Obama and stuff, and he allowed all these sleeper cells. He allowed this Muslim Brotherhood in America, right? Talking about we got to get, it ain't no longer a Christian nation. We may as well accept it's going to be a Muslim country and all this other nonsense, this treasonous ass talk. It ain't going to never be a Muslim country. It's always going to be a Judeo-Christian society. Always have been, always will be. And this is why a lot of the Muslim, radical, and all the rest of them getting up on out of here anyway, being deported. Just like Ilhan Umar, she's going to be out of here. Taliba Rashid, they're on borrowed time, ladies and gentlemen. That's why they come in this room with stuff. I love it because they don't know what the ish they talking about, right? Right? Look at this. Ain't even no debate. They just like children, little crybabies, right? Especially the men, soy boys and stuff. Mike and all the rest of y'all don't know what you know what you talking about, right? That's a fact. You know, I'm giving you tons of reasons. Trump shut down the border, right? Got our ICE agents out there rounding up all these illegals and stuff, and they are being deported. He done deported well over 2 million. Y'all didn't have none of them in this room had to smoke when Obama did it. Obama deported way more than Trump did. Yeah, not one of y'all said one thing though. This is how much of the liars that they are in this room, right? No type of sense, no type of common sense, just all in their feelings. Look at this. That's why I say I love Obama. The only policy I like with Obama is getting these illegals out of the country. He did that right. You know? He did that right. Go look it up. Right? Look at it. That's what Obama did. Your Obama, right? Your sellout, right? Your treasonous, that dude. Since shipping uranium over there to Iran. They snuck that in there. He's a boatload of cash that filled that jet up, that Boeing jet that was sent over there in Iran. I love banging on Obama, right? Look at him. Look how pitiful you look now. Now you got to lawyer up. Why you lawyering up? Why you got to lawyer up, Obama? You know what I'm saying? Going before the grand jury. He will go down, like I said before. And then I've seen me post that AI-generated photo that Trump did put up there. He's going to go down, ladies and gentlemen. He's going down. He's going down in flames, man. And I'm so happy about it. Where my claps at? Whoops, wrong one. Where my thing at? Hold on for a minute. Where my applause at? I got to get my applause on. There we go. He's going to be in those silver bracelets. It's going to be coming. You know, remember I said it on this show. I'm still calling it out, right? I've been going after the Dems and these suckers that come in this room. They ain't no match for me at all. All they can do is try to insult. You think I'm upset about your insults? I don't give a damn about you. My channel steady blowing up, right? Whether you lump that, now for you guys that rock with me, shout out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. But we exposing the traitors in this country. Look at them. That's why they hide behind, avatars and stuff. And when they're so stupid, your IP addresses are being tracked and traced. This is how idiots that these people are. You think because we don't know who you really are, you got to hide by, I'm showing my face, you hide behind an avatar, right? Ain't no man among you. You got to hide behind an avatar. Look at you. You ain't a man. You's a pussy and a punk like you always are, pumping soy, right? You those soy boys, y'all look worse than the women do. I can understand the liberal women, but y'all men, you old follower, beta, gamma, simps, and all the way down, man. You the ones that have the problem. You know what I'm saying? Even your own liberal women don't want you. You orbiters, I want to be her friend type dudes. These are the same dudes, man. Look at them. Go back and play your damn PlayStation, right? That's what you better do. Go and play your Xbox like you used to, right? I don't play video games, right? See how that goes, right? Look at them over here. And then they going to get on here and find my channel, you know? And these are old dudes, right? Too old to know better. These ain't no young men, guys. These are old dudes, right? 40s and 50s and up. Look at them. Boy, I tell you, old dudes. Don't you supposed to be conservative when you get older? You're liberal when you're younger? These guys stay conservative. Ain't nothing worse than an old conservative fool, right? Living by yourself right now, eating fish sticks and tuna fish out of a can, right? Over here bitching about Trump. Can't stop talking about Trump, man. Look at this stuff. Boy, you looking like retardeds, man. Looking foolish. Go ahead, dog. Take it away, Ted Cruz.
Requiring identification is discriminatory, that the American people do not support voter ID. Mr. President, our Democrat colleagues are fond of bellowing into the TV cameras that photo ID to vote is Jim Crow.
Yeah, he should know.
They tell us with mock earnestness.
Yeah, Chuck Schumer should know.
Now, I will admit, our Democrat colleagues should be experts in Jim Crow.
Right.
Because it was Democrat politicians who passed the Jim Crow law.
That's correct.
It was Democrat politicians who founded the Ku Klux Klan.
That is correct.
It was Democrat politicians for decade after decade who enforced discrimination.
That's correct.
Separate but equal.
That's correct. Come on with it.
Taxes.
That's correct. Poll
and a host
taxes.
of other laws designed to prevent African Americans from voting.
That is absolutely correct, though. Go ahead, though, Ted Cruz. He's telling the truth. That's why the poll tax was included in the when we talk about the amendments, though. You know what I'm saying? He was included. I'm gonna pull up which one it is, though. You know, poll tax. Not only that, the 13th or the 15th Amendment allowed us to vote, right? And then when we voted, right, then they wanted to come back. The Dems of that time came back and said, well, we're going to charge them if they want to vote. The poll tax was created, right? Well, it was actually created to keep my ancestors from voting, right? It was jealous liberal Democrats when the Reconstruction period was going on, when black men was voting. This is when the United States, talking about when have it ever. I can give you key points in time when it was great for us. And again, the Reconstruction period was one of them. But it was jealous, racist Democrats that got rid of the Reconstruction period. You had blacks all in the White House. We was all good and things. We helped build the country and stuff like that. Everything was all good until the jealous whites came around and tore it down, right? This is what it was. Ku Klux Klan was started after the abolishment of slavery, right? Because they couldn't have they free Negroes walking around here. All this, boy, you think you're getting all uppity. All that was from Jim Crow laws that was established. Though Ted Cruz know the history. But see, that's why they come in this room, ladies and gentlemen, because they cannot defeat my talking points and they cannot defeat what their own party created in the beginning, though. That's why it's pointless, though. You know, you ain't winning trolling me. I troll you with knowledge, right? And facts, right? And this is why stupid black liberal Democrats are the worst, because they rather be on that slave plantation. They rather take the orders. Look at them right now. You even got the black sellouts over here voting for a party that never gave a damn about their black ass. And that's a fact, right? They don't even know the history. This is how stupid these people are. Both white, black, and other. You know, if you a Democrat, you ain't nothing more than a sellout, a bootlicking, not an Uncle Tom, that's not the correct word, but a Sambo for you. And that's exactly what it is, right? Go read Uncle Tom's Tavern, you know, and look up what it really means and what was really going on in that era. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I love it when you come in here and try to come for me, because all you're going to do is get embarrassed and disappointed. You know, you ain't got nothing from me, though. You know, I'm hitting fire every time. You ain't got nothing. Let's go ahead and play it again, though. You're wasting your time.
Who has rejected their disingenuous claim that photo ID to vote is Jim Crow? The Supreme Court of the United States. The Supreme Court of the United States, the state of Indiana, passed photo ID law requiring that you show a photo ID to vote. And a group of left-wing plaintiffs filed litigation challenging that.
Yeah, because like I said before, they are traitors. American people see this. And it ain't that I'm convincing. The American people is smart enough to see who the enemies of America is. It's these rotten, low-down Democrats. That's why they have these fake influencers. Tell me why you vote for Trump. Tell me why you vote for Trump. They don't want to talk about real issues that matter the most, because they will be defeated. That's why it's pointless dealing with those people. They are to push an agenda. They try to divide MAGA. I'm going to tell you guys, too, you MAGA supporters, right, America First supporters, be very careful with the information that's coming from X and a lot of these other social medias, right, because they're opposing as MAGA. In your local government, where you are, in your city, in your state, be very careful of people doing a switch. They're switching parties now over to the Republicans. They want to pack the house with fake Republicans, right? You guys got to be careful with this stuff. I say research and find out who these people are, who they align themselves with. If they're not speaking, if they're not talking about America First, they are the basically the enemy of this country. And that's exactly what it is. They are the ones that drew first blood, not us, right? It's them. So therefore, be very careful with the rhetoric that they're talking about. Just like they lied about Nelson Yahoo, he got killed and all this other. It's not true. These are phony lies that's coming from the left to try to break up MAGA, trying to stop what is coming. They know what's coming, right? Guess what? It failed. We already hip to it. So therefore, once again, be very careful with make sure you do your research well. Don't be like the stupid Democrats just voting because there's a D next to their name. When we vote, we're going to make sure that the person is right for the job when we vote for them. And that's exactly what it is. And even on the right, everybody that's on the right is not going to get my vote. If you ain't America First, and you haven't, I'm going to be checking it out, because right now, technology made it very, very easy for us to be able to do background checks and find out what these people and who they align themselves with. So nice try, Democrat losers, progressive losers. You have lost, you know. You may as well just give up now, you know. Just go on and give up, because you don't have the leverage, you know. Trump been kicking your you-know-what. He's been kicking y'all keisters from day one, and he's steady kicking y'all behind. At least with his policies, it's transparent where we can see it. But nobody know with the Dems. Nobody know. If they can't tell you what the policies are, don't vote for them. If they're not for America First, making sure standing with the America, Saved Act, they are enemies of America. That's easy, you know. I wish I had one of these politicians in front of me right now, because I would be grilling them and asking them questions. We ain't got to ask questions with the stupid left that's in this room, because that's all they do is ask questions till they get a gotcha moment. Guess what? We didn't play that game. I don't play that game. You're going to answer the questions that I'm telling about, or you can get out of here. It's just that simple. You know, you're not in a position of leverage. You do not have the advantage at all. Just take your L and leave. That's what you do. Because you will lose the midterms. The America Saved Act will pass, right? Just like that. All right, you know the reasons why we voted for Trump. That ain't even the point. The American Saved Act, voter rolls being cleaned up, exporting illegal aliens out of this country, making us an independent energy source in America, right? America first, bringing American jobs back to America. Why you vote for Trump? I have gave a list of so many reasons. Under the Trump administration, we got rid of DEI, woke, and all this other stuff. Go woke, go broke. There's so many things that I can say. It just goes on stupid. Because, again, we have an effective president, and that's President Donald J. Trump, versus what we had in the past. None of them was for America, and now we're seeing it. You think the Epstein stuff, that ain't Achilles' heel? When they already acquitted this man, they had already said that Trump was an informant. Trump is the one that brought Epstein down. They study on stupid. This is how stupid the left is, ladies and gentlemen. They know nothing but just keep repeating the same old rhetoric. When a party is in shambles, y'all don't have no leadership. You don't have nobody that can challenge Trump, and that's fact. Trump, we got a list of things that he have done in this country, and when the oil and all that go down, y'all ain't gonna be able to say nothing, and you know it's gonna go down, right? Just like he's gonna finish off Iran, where the people are gonna be free, and we study, and like I believe Cuba is next. It's going to go down, whether we don't need your permission. We got effective leadership, and this is what effective leadership look like. You never seen it before with these old phony ass presidents, these old phony ass party that don't give a damn about American people. Study ripping us off, right? With USAID, there's so many things I can say on the left is factually true, right? Look how stupid they looking now, boy. I tell you, man, they are idiots, boy. I tell y'all, man. That's why I say, boy, idiots and losers, man. And what losers do, losers love to do this. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. You old Democrats, it's okay. We're going to get some McDonald's afterwards, right before we go ahead and send you over there to Kim Jong-un, over there to North Korea. Yeah, we're going to send you over there to North Korea. Yes, we are. We're going to have you just go over there and then let Kim Jong-un deal with you, you know? Yeah, Kim Jong-un, you know the sciences of how to break a man down, you know? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Since you rah-rahing for communism so much, you may as well be in a communist country, you idiots. Since you rah-rahing them for it so much, I ain't never seen nobody rise somebody so hard about communism. Oh, fascists and stuff. You ain't never lived that life. It was trying to get there. But, you know, we got effective leadership, which is Trump, and get used to it. My channel would never change. I'm always going to rock this hat. And F you too, because all you saying ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with heavyweights worse and better than a lot of these soy boys and girls in this room. Boy, look at this, though. You know? But we're going to go ahead and get you to McDonald's, and then we're going to send you over there to North Korea and let Kim Jong-un deal with you, you know? And that's what should have been Rosie O'Donnell, Ellen DeGeneres, George Clooney, you know, and all the rest of them in Hollywood, you know? Send they behind over there to Kim Jong-un in North Korea, you know? A lot of y'all need to get over there to North Korea. Kim Jong-un, you know? Boy, I tell you, Kim Jong-un would be so happy right now. Look at him. He would be so happy. Let me finish this off a little bit more.
The case
Go ahead,
went
Ted Cruz.
all the way to the United States Supreme Court. At the time, I was the Solicitor General of the state of Texas. I led a coalition of states before the Supreme Court defending photo ID to vote. And the left-wing plaintiffs made the same argument that our Democrat colleagues make today, that requiring photo ID to vote would somehow disenfranchise minorities. The Supreme Court, by a vote of 6-3, rejected their argument. The author of the majority opinion was John Paul Stevens. John Paul Stevens was one of the great liberals on the court. He was not a conservative. He was not on the right wing. He was the leading liberal for years on the U.S. Supreme Court. He rejected that claim, and he pointed out that when someone votes illegally, they are stealing the votes of legal voters. They are stealing the votes of...
It's just common sense once again, man. We win on common sense policies. The Democrats lose what they think is common sense. It's not. Because if that were true, Trump should not have 100% approval rating. They should be winning everything, but they're not, because Trump been kicking the Democrats' butt ever since the inauguration, and we all know it. They were over here celebrating about the tariff thing. They said that's just one avenue that you cannot do. He got many other avenues. Tariffs are still on, right? And you don't have to pay back, you know what, ish. That's another loss to the Dems again. You lost again. Energy independence, you lost again. Legal aliens in this country getting deported out of here, you lost again. And things, right? DEI, you lost again, right? Woke, you lost again. We can go right down the list, right? Every policy coming from the low-down leftist lunatics, right, have lost again, right? You're constantly losing. There's a pattern of losers here, ladies and gentlemen. And that's coming from the left, and I love it, you know. That's the only thing they have is to come in the room and insult. That's it. That's all they have. And it's going to get much worse for them as we start to progress along this year, 2026, when we take the midterms. Oh, my gosh, man. We're looking at the insurgencies coming from the left. They stand with Antifa. Right? A lot of them back in Antifa. Look at what they've been doing. Minnesota, Washington State, Oregon. I mean, look at this stuff. Oh, man, it's terrible, man. These people right here, we all seen it, right? Look how they showed you know what, over there at the State of the Union, man. Ilhan Omar is a disgrace and a damn shame. She should not even be in our Congress at all, though. Her and Taliba Rashid, as well as, like I said before, Sri Tendadar. You don't need any of them in there. You know, and we're going to vote to make sure that we don't want any foreign-based people in our Congress at all, because this is what's going to happen. They've been planting their flags, telling you guys that they have conquered Minnesota, right? That's why they got the Somali flag up. You got this Palestinian flag up here in Dearborn. They're letting you know that they have conquered your city, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want to be like the UK, you better wake up, right? You better wake up, and we have woke up, right? Because we're stopping this nonsense, right? We don't rock with this stuff. We are a Judeo-Christian society, and we're going to continue being a Judeo-Christian society. We don't rock with Islam, right? We don't. You have your way to be able to practice your religion here, but we don't want you in our politics. We're going to get Mon Dummy out of here. We're going to get that other Abdul, what's his name, out of Dearborn Heights, Hamoud. We're going to get all of them out of there, because you don't belong in here, though, right? You don't belong in our local government, and we sure don't want you in Congress. We don't want you as a senator. We don't want you at all, to be honest. We want you to go back to your country where you belong. Because if you can't abide by the rules here, you should go back home. And a lot of them are being deported. That's what's happening, right? And I'm the man enough that at least I can stand on what I'm saying, though, right? Exactly what it is. That's why they don't have nothing for me. We will never go down. This is America. We will fight, 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 just like Trump said, and we're going to fight until we have conquered and we have won, and we're going to take this insurgentist party, this treasonous espionage party, right? Talking about the Democrats. We're talking about RICO laws as well that they've been doing. They've been stealing money and funding our enemies and all the rest of this stuff, cartel, all the rest of them, man. Y'all are done. You hear me? You don't have nothing for me. You no match for me at all. And that's a fact, right? Look at you. Look at you. All I say, look at you. Just looking pitiful on the left. Pitiful party. I suppose I call it the jackass party, right? Let's call them for what they really are. A party full of jackasses. That's what their mascot is a big jackass, a big fat jackass. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Look at them. Look how stupid they are, man. Stupid idiots on the left. Look at you. Look at you. And then you got these pussy boys coming up in here, allowing them, these damn liberal women, to put a battery in your back. You soy boy, you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I go in on them. Look at them. Looking pitiful, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? I won't read any of your comments coming from the left. If you ain't about America first, you don't get no airtime no more. So you're wasting your time in here, right? This is a MAGA, Make America Great Again channel, America First channel, and everything you try to do has failed, right? We are better than you. We are smarter than you, and we are taking back this country one day at a time. You either gonna get used to it, or we can send you over there to North Korea to be with your pal Kim Jong-un, where you can understand what real pain and suffering was, what it really is, right? That's exactly what it is. I would definitely rah for that though, man. We need to have them over there in North Korea though, man. Boy, Kim Jong-un. Oh man, I tell you, man, they looking pitiful, boy, pitiful. Boy, I'm over here looking like $1 million, man. $1 million, you know, and I'm not even sponsored. I'm a patriot, right? Because I'm gonna be doing this up into the midterms and some, right? We already got our man in the White House, and we steady pushing ahead. Fight to the Republic, right? Boy, I tell you, to the Republic, man. That's why I play the Star Spangled Banner before and after I get off the show, right? We are very patriotic here. You see what's behind me? The American flag, to the Republic, right? Look at that White House, boy. Look at that American flag, right? That's what we're talking about. Ain't gonna be all this other stuff, right? That's exactly what it is. And I rock it proud, and I don't care who don't like it, right? You ain't doing nothing for me. Your day of terror is over. You run like the jackals you are with the tail between your legs. You old yellow-bellied sapsucker cowards you are. Get to running. Get to stepping. Run, you know. Get to running, right? Because when we catch you, I want to, if it had it my way, I'm going to send you over there to North Korea and let Kim Jong-un figure it out for you. That's what's got to happen. You know what I'm saying? You old turncoat, oh, lily belly, oh, yellow down, what's that? Yellow streak down your back, sapsucker cowards. Look at you. Get to stepping, get to running. Oh, man. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I got to go, boy. But I got to get myself to work and things, man. But I appreciate you guys coming in on the channel, in the chat. What else I got to say before we close? Boy, I love it, man. We are winning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Before I go on my clothes, what's going to be on my clothes, right? We're going to be, like I said before, the American Save Act will pass, right? And we're on the brink of it passing, right? We hold all the leverage. They do not. We are the ones, ladies and gentlemen. America first, right? Fight for the Republic. And that's what we're doing. They do not have a stance in this country no more, other than to be shipped out there to North Korea to be with Kim Jong-un. Because that's what they champion for, ladies and gentlemen. They are the ones that are champion. They want communism to win. They want socialist programs and all the rest of this stuff to win, you know. That's what they do. That's what they want. And now we are in the driving seat. We are in the winning circle, right? We got a man that many of us have voted for to be elected, not selected, elected. And I'm going to stand with Trump, and we're going to ride. We're going to ride until the brakes fall off, and that's exactly what it is. So you guys on the left, you have failed with your rhetoric. And this is why you sound so dumb and stupid. Chuck Schumer and all the rest of them, you know. You don't tell me what Jim Crow is. You know what I'm saying? We well aware of what Jim Crow is. And this ain't Jim Crow. What your party has been doing is Jim Crow against the blacks in this country historically. It's just a lot of them that's dumb and stupid. They don't understand what that really is, right? They used to being on a slave plantation. They used to having a white man tell them where to go, where to vote, and what to do. I'm not. I'm an independent thinker, first and foremost, right? No man, white, black, or other tell me how to vote. I vote for myself. I can think for myself. I use critical thinking. You should try that sometime, right? Maybe you will like it instead of being told who to vote for and told what to do, right? This is why we're looking at it now. You got to, what is it? The ghettos was created by who? The low-down, progressive, Democrat, liberals, right? Facts, right? That's exactly what it is. Boy, I'm hitting them with hard facts here. Don't hurt him, Tony. Don't hurt him, boy. He's getting that knockout. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. They don't have anything for me. They're just coming in here just trying to be disruptive. You know what I'm saying? Listening to all these lying clowns and these paid influencers, they ain't talking about nothing. Tell me why you voted for Trump. You know what I'm saying? That's when we're calling it out for what it really is, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, that's why I'm glad this popped up, because I said this is proving our point once again with Ted Cruz. And there's many others. Trump is getting us right in this country. The Dems been getting us wrong in this country from day one. We're getting us right? Energy independence, the tariffs, right? The stopping of the border, sealing the border, getting all these illegals out of our country. We got a lot of work to do, but they get slowly getting deported up on out of here. Making America safe again. We got the Lake and Roddy Act passed and stuff like that. Destroy woke, destroy DEI. Look at all the stuff that's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Drill, baby, drill. The refinement, fields and stuff like that. With the oil, we are drilling oil here in America. You already tapped the reserves and stuff like that. It's going to bring the prices down and stuff. And we going after the Federal Reserve as well, too, ladies and gentlemen. Because once y'all going to see for yourself who the real enemy of America truly is and what they've been doing regards to the taxes in this country, inflation in this country, and all that came from the left, because no country in the world can sustain open borders. All these illegals, 15 to 25 million of them came in this country, right? And you're going to expect what we're talking about, inflation not to go up and everything. Look at it. All they do is put them in the black communities, brown communities. You know what I'm saying? And they're so stupid on the left, they don't even see what's going on. You've been invaded, you idiots. You don't even realize it. You've been invaded. They got your set-aside programs, as I keep saying, and I'm going to keep harping on it because I have to repeat it, because some people are just like that. They just don't understand. You got to repeat it, especially, you got to keep repeating it over and over and over and over to get them to say, let me go ahead and look this stuff up. Let me see what this dude is talking about. Let me see what he's saying, right? That's what has to happen. Yeah, I ain't saying take my word for it, but go and look it up. That's all we've been saying, right? I don't rock with those parties at all. That's the party of losers. The Democrat Party is a party of losers. They always have been. Now there's so much stuff being exposed with them, right? Crime has been low since 125 years, thanks to Donald Trump. So you want to ask me what Trump has been doing? I gave you a list of things, right? Better than Obama or any of them, right? Ain't none of them can hold a candle against Trump. This is the guy with the assassination attempts, more than one, right? His family, as well as him, been debanked from the banks, right? They've been held in court. They were trying to bankrupt them, right? He survived impeachment and everything else. So this guy, ain't none of your presidents been under that type of heat. Obama wouldn't be able to take it. He'd be crying like the bitch he really is, though, too, and that's right. I said I never been a fan of that dude. And I still say he's a bitch. Fuck Obama. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Obama and his mama. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. Excuse my French, but I got to tell it. I got to get down on with the Democrats now, right? Sometimes I got to get on their level and give it to them, right? Real hard, right? Never been a fan of that dude. That dude been selling us out. Look at it with our military, right? Look at it. Defunding our military and stuff like that. Over here, smuggle uranium over there in Iran, right? Weaponize them, sleeper cells, Muslim Brotherhood. The list goes on and on and on. Don't sit up here and tell me how great Obama was in his policies. Even the stupid blacks can't even realize that it's the same-sex marriages, right? Talking about the LGBTQ. He weaponized them, right? He leapfrogged over the black community. And y'all so stupid that you can't even understand that. You some idiots, especially in these black communities. Idiots and morons, stupidity, right? You gonna sit up here and tell me how great this man is? You can't even name a policy. And like I said, the only one is the deportation with Obama. That's the only one I like. The rest of them is bull, you know what. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for coming on here. And the fraud too. Don't leave out the fraud, right? And my next one, we're gonna go deep. We're gonna dive deep into the fraud, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna talk about the fraud because we have to talk about it. The Democrats are the king of fraud. how they have ripped off the taxpayers' dollars, funding these NGO programs all the way down to Minnesota, the Twin Cities, right? Thank you for the lights. They are fraudsters, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you right about that, Paul. Look at Trump. It's a fantastic, look at it. He's doing a fantastic job, and you're right about that. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, boy. Look at that. Y'all the cult. You the cult, old timer. How we gonna be the cult when you the minority group? Remember, Democrats are minorities. They always have been, right? 77 million plus voted for Trump in 2024, right? How is that a cult? Don't even know what a cult is. Look at them. Boy, I tell you, Trump derangement syndrome. Thank you for the likes, right? I'm over here. Look at this, man. This is crazy, man. I never liked Obama. That's a fact. I never liked that dude. Never liked Obama. F Obama, right? He ain't did nothing for America. What did Obama do other than sold us out? Hillary sold us out. It's a fact. I don't care if you don't like it. It still made my algorithm go up. What you talking about? You know? He's the first gay president as Obama, right? Let's just be real, because he did so much for the LGBTQ, leapfrog right over the black community. And you got these old stupid blacks that's rah-rahing about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? This ain't about your gender. He made it where gender matters. These LGBTQ people, thank you. They were all right being in their own community. We all know some, right? It ain't about that. It's about what he has done, right? It's what Obama has done. And I call him out on his bullshit. That's the reason why, though. You know what I'm saying? I tell it to his face. You ain't did nothing for the black community. You grew up in the black community. You were raised by rich, privileged white people. And it's going to tell the truth. You don't know anything about it, right? So that's exactly what it is, though, you know? And when they find out who was really on Epstein, because that's why Obama got a lawyer up. You better lawyer up. You know what I'm saying? He the one that got a lawyer up. He hired the criminal defense attorneys. Why? If this man was so innocent, then why did he have to do it, right? They got all kind of, Black Guy 9. You got that right. Shout out to Black Guy 9, man. Where my applause at? You know? There we go. Black Guy 9. Yeah, Black MAGA forever. And this is a black man right here. We got Shannon in the house. Go ahead, Shannon. Sorry, I didn't even see you, girl. Go ahead, girl. Tell him what it is. Chicago is still waiting for Obama's change. Yeah, that's what Shannon said. We still waiting on for Obama's change. Where's the change, Obama? Like to say to all my fellow constituents, hello, Chicago. Keep change. You know, it would change, all right. You got a good point about that, Shannon. Yep. You know me, Sharon. Sorry about that. Yeah, you got a good point, but thank you for the likes. Where's the change at? Where's the change? Yeah, Hillary, Michelle, where's the change? I don't see no change. It was a change, all right. They over here. Boy, Obama is one of the worst sellout presidents. There's a list of them, but he's one of the worst. Weaponizing our enemies, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the likes. The reason that Iran is in the position they're in now because of that man, Obama, right? Let's go on and tell the truth for what it really is. Y'all want me to put that photo up of Obama again in those silver bracelets being arrested by the FBI? Because I will do it. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. This is what they love. And get used to this photo because this is going to go down, though. And when they do catch him, and they will get him, they're going to get him. Yep, they're going to get him because he ain't got nowhere to go. Many of us say that he's going to try to run and escape America. What y'all think? Y'all think Obama going to try to run and escape America? Huh? Do y'all think he's going to run and escape? Thank you for the likes. Y'all think this man is going to run and escape America? It could be a few things, though. I don't think he's going to take his own life. He's probably going to run and escape. He's probably going to run like they all do. I think so. You know, I'm trying to bet on if he's going to run or is he going to stay to fight. What y'all think? You know, I think he's going to run eventually, though. Thank you for the likes, though, guys. I think he's going to run, though, you know. I really do. I really do. This is one. I'm looking for the other one with him. Hold on for a minute. I'm trying to find the other one, though. Because, you know, that's more fitting. You know, because I showed it many times before. Hold on for a minute. Let me see if I can see it. Let's see here. I'm trying to look for the other Obama photo. Look at him. Grinning and smiling. That's all he knows how to do is grin and smile. That's all he knows how to do, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. This is crazy. This is some crazy stuff. And they can't see the enemy within. This is the enemy, ladies and gentlemen. An enemy to America is this man right here. Thank you for the likes. This man right here sold our secrets, espionage, and all kind of stuff. Yeah, no, you don't like to listen to it, you DMs, but it's the fact, boy. Your boy here, look at all that money. We're talking a lot of money. We're talking millions of dollars that went to Iran. Thank you for the likes. Because of this man right here. The Boeing jet gutted it out and put all that cash over there, though, right? How did Iran get so strong? Because of this man right here. How did he get so strong? Come back and talk to me now, right? This is exactly what it is. Look at him. Look at them. They ain't got an answer for it at all. That's why you know I got them when they always ask a question with a question. Look at him. Boy, this guy looking pitiful, ain't he? Boy, I love making, I ain't got to make him. He's made himself. I'm just only repeating the information and the knowledge that they already have, the eyewitness testimonies and stuff of what this man been doing. You know what I'm saying? This is why Topsy Gabber can get up there and put the evidence out on this man. Anybody picking on this dude? He sealed his own fate when he sold America out. Lock, stock, and bond. Boy, look at this dude. Looking pitiful, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this guy right here. You want to sit up here and talk this ish, boy. Like I said, and this is the Democrat clown show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not leave this out. This is what we're dealing with here. There it is. The Democrat clown show, right? You got out in front Chuck Schumer, right? That's the one that's out front. You got, what's the other one? You got Hakeem, Timu, Barack Obama, Jeffries. And then right here, the third one you see, this is AOC right here. You know what I'm saying? Look at these clowns. We go right down the list. This is what they are, man. This is what they voted for, right? This is who been running the country, right? This is the enemies of America right here, right down the list. This is running right here. This is why we wasn't getting no get back. They wanted to hit more taxes, higher rates, blame other people, never delivering, always promising. This is the group right here, the clown show. This is your Democrat clown show right here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the likes. Boy, I tell you, this is it. This is the joke. Thank you for the likes. Boy, talking about roasting somebody. Boy, look at this. This is their clown show. This is what we got right here. Look at them. Look how pitiful they look, boy. All they can do is just sit up here and tell lies. Oh, yeah, Nelson Yahoo is dead. It's just a lie, man. Always lying, because I always check when I hear crap coming from the left, posing as the right. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen, of these fake MAGA people, too, because they're trying to infiltrate. They're going to try to go Republican and try to run the Rhino scheme again. That's not going to work. Look at these clowns, man. Thank you for the like. Look at all these clowns, man. You name them. There's Pocahontas, Warren, further and back. Look at them. You know what I'm saying? Look at these clowns over here. Man, this is pitiful, man, ain't it? I love, boy, keep speaking the truth. I appreciate it, Lucas. I'm definitely going to keep speaking the truth, whether they don't like it or not. I give them that medicine, whether they like it or not, I tell you. But yeah, I definitely doing that. Yep, speaking that truth, man. So I stay on they behind, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one, right, that give it to them, right? I give them this heat, right? They can't take it, man. They can't take it. Look at this, man. Boy, look at this here. That's so funny, man. I mean, what else I want to show y'all? Hold on, man. I should keep this one up for a while. Oh yeah, and don't leave out them here. Look at these. Affluential, white liberal females. These are the ones right here. This is the enemy, ladies and gentlemen, to America as well. This is why, thank you for the likes. Look at them. Some of y'all know by name. Look at them. They're the ones that's responsible, ladies and gentlemen, for trying to destroy our country, trying to destroy our republic, constitutional republic. They hate the Constitution. Look at it. The same ones that want to tell blacks, right, how they should be voting and all this other stuff, though. Look at this. Look at that. That's who we dealing with. You know, right here. I was always calling them American females as opposed to affluential, right? Both, in my opinion. And they are. Thank you. These are the ones with the money, right? And then we got to question that. Where they get the money from? Do they look like they smart in business? Nope. But they know how to steal and take money, don't they? Look at this. Pitiful, man. Look at these. Right? Look at them. Total garbage. These are garbage people, man. Garbage. Garbage. Look at this. Boy, I'm ready for it. That's why I say I'm ready for the trolls. Come in here if you want. You're going to get this work is what's going to happen. Look at this. Boy, I tell you. You're going to get this work. Look at them. Look at them. They're so mad. Look at them. Run, cowards. Run with the tail between your legs. Run. Yeah, thank you for the likes. Look at them. Oh, man, this is pitiful. This is some pitiful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Yep. So this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about this. Let me go ahead and remove these old clown-ass, discount-ass, throwaway-ass people that we don't need in our government no more. This is what we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Look at it. One day, one vote, voter ID, paper ballots, proof of citizenship, right? In person, no mass mail-in absentees, right? Only for who? Military, disabled, and people who can verify an inability, right? To be at the polls, polling place, right? Smaller precincts, right? Look at this. National holidays result by 9 p.m. That's what we stand for. Thank you for the likes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm cooking them in this room. I cook the Democrats, right? I'm their worst nightmare. I'm like a pit bull. I bite down and I sink down with my teeth. I got a bite force that's over 1,000 pounds. Maybe to bite off some of that chunk of that or whatever they have back there, boy. That's what we have to be. We got to be relentless, right? We got to be on there, you know what? You got to get in there, you know what? Because this is the jackass party, right? Look at them. Thank you for the likes. This is exactly what it is, the jackass party, right? Look at them. This is what we stand for. And get used to it because it will get passed. It's called the American Saved Act. Let's tell it and say it for what it really is. If you against this, you against America. Straight like this. Just like they was against the State of the Union. We know who our enemies are, right? They need to be rounded up and they need to be sent over there to North Korea, over there with Kim Jong-un. And let Kim Jong-un deal with it like I keep saying, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm the troll cooker in this room, right? I cook they butt, right? That's exactly what it is. Keep speaking that truth. You know what I'm saying? I love it when you get upset, right? Because you ain't got nothing at all. I cook you with the facts, cook you with the truth on Trump, right? And cook you in the Constitution, right? And cook you with this Jim Crow stuff, right? From your party created it. Your party created slavery. Your party created segregation. Your party created red line, right? It's your party. The Democrats, they are the ones that's behind all this stuff, right? It's going, I can stand on it, right? They can't come in here and say, well, yeah, he's been slandering. He can't do it. I dare them to say I was slander, right? I'm talking about the Democrat Party, the party of slavery, the party of Jim Crow, the party of segregation, the party of redlining, right? They are the ones, right? They are the parties of criminals, right? They are the party of what we call treason, the party of, espionage, the party. This is the one that want these illegals in our country, right? They are the party, right, that tried to destroy America. Thank you for the likes. This is the same old party, the same old enemy. Thank you for the likes. We are aware of who the enemies are now. There's no more hiding. They're not hiding it. They're telling you what it is. They're saying that we would rather be an insurgency, I'm talking about. Insurrection acts is what they've been doing the whole time, right? This is serious stuff. This ain't accusations. They showed their hand, right? BLM, Summer of Love, right? Look at the King stuff. They are the party of violence. Look at, they took our beloved Charlie Kirk away from us, right? They tried to do it with Trump. Anybody that disagrees with them, they are the party of violence. They showing you violence when they come in this room, right? They are the ones, ladies and gentlemen. And this is why I stand on truth, I stand on decency, and I also stand on common sense, right? We are a constitutional republic. Say it with me now, right? No more democracy, right? We ain't under mob rule no more. We under the Constitution. This is what we stand for. One day, one vote. One for the people of America, right? The American people. Keep speaking the truth. I appreciate it, Lucas. I sure am going to keep speaking the truth too, man. Once again, we're going to keep speaking that truth. And I love what you guys are saying. Not the ones that's against America, but the ones that are for America. I love what you guys are saying, man. Keep up. I'm going to try to get your comments up in here now. Talking about total garbage. Clifton Don, you are garbage, sir. Because you need to be rounded up, and you need to be, if I had it my way, I'd round you up too and send you over there in North Korea and let Kim Jong-un figure it out for you, right? You know what I'm saying? You garbage, sir. You garbage. You don't stand for America. You hate America. That's why you garbage. Your party will never get back in there ever again. Now that we get this passed, it's going to be a beautiful thing, man. You know? Look at what it is, you know? Democrats want to keep black people on the slave plantation. This is coming from Hard Dog. He's absolutely correct. They want to keep black folks on the slave plantation. We ain't going, right? We ain't going. We done already tried that, right? Go ahead and speak that truth again, Paul. I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to put up your comments. I'm trying to get myself around there a little faster. We got Texas Jane in the house. Hi, sweetie pie. I got Texas Jane. Go ahead, Texas Jane. You know, rocking with your boy, man. Give me one thing out for Texas Jane. Texas Jane and Shannon. Sharon, I mean. Texas Jane and Sharon, you know, the ladies rock with me that are conservative, you know. Boy, look at that. That's right, Texas Jane. You tell them. Nobody give a damn about Epstein stuff, the files and all the information coming out. You know, there's people on there that you better. That's why George Clooney left out of here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them on that list, right? Boy, that's why Larry Summers had to step down, right? Look at this. He had an influential job. I mean, very influential. He had to step down. That's all you can say, Clifton, is total garbage. You know, your mama is total garbage. How about that? You know, now I'm hitting below the belt now. You garbage soy boy, you. You should be up with America. If I had it my way, I'll round these dudes up. This the guys I can't stand. They the worst, man. They garbage, man. These old pussy, silly soy boys. I can't stand these guys. Clifton, like I said before, you know, if I had it my way, you'll be over there in North Korea, man. With your garbage rhetoric. You ain't in the process. You ain't in the position to talk about who's garbage. Obama is garbage, right? That's who's garbage, right? Obama is the racist, right? I like what he says here. Obama was the most racist president. There you go. Obama is the most racist president that we ever had to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Been against the people the whole time. Now he's been found out. If you don't stand for America and the red, white, and blue, that makes you a traitor, right? This is what it is. Let me go and put that clown show, clowns back up, because that's what they are, man. They ain't nothing but clowns. Hold on for a minute. You know, no, I'm going to put it up right now. This one, I'm going to keep this up, because people got to be reminded. One day, one vote. This is what we stand for, right? And the ones that's in this room are against the American Save That. That's why they need to be rounded up and sent over there to Kim Jong-un. That's who they need to be dealing with, you know. I'm with my MAGA brother. Your MAGA brother got your back. I'm right here on this channel. I got your back. Your MAGA brother got your back as well, you know. Oh, man. Well, look at this. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Obama doesn't care about black people. He doesn't. He never did. Because if he did, he wouldn't have leapfrog over the black people. He would have just said, you know what? But who did he leapfrog to? The LGBTQ community. That's what he did. You know what? If Clifton says all garbage one more time, I'm going to give him one warning. And y'all know what to do. Because right now, y'all my deputies, right? We're going to clean this town. In fact, just going to get Clifton out of here right now. Get him out. Get him out of here right now. Texas Jane, one black, what's that, black guy 9. Get him up on out of here. Either one of y'all, don't matter. Get his behind up on out of here because he ain't talking about nothing. See, he's afraid to have a real debate with me because he know he'll lose. You know what I'm saying? When I usually drop my link down, they don't want this smoke. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. I remember you from before too, Paul. Paul, I'm gonna have to go ahead and I gotta go ahead and make you a part of my my crew here, man. you got to be one of my deputies, Paul, man. I'm going to make sure I do that. And you'll be surprised. When you come up next time, you're going to be one of my deputies, man. Things. I'm going to see I got some deputizing to do. I got some deputizing to do, boy. We're going to ride out on them and things like that, and we're going to flex on them like we normally do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it. Yeah, you got that right. Obama is anti-Israel. He hate the Jewish folks and Jewish people. This dude right here, man, That's why I say, man, I'm going to have man, we're going to ride out on these you-know-whats, man. You know, I'm going to try. I'm definitely doing my best to keep it clean and things like that. Look at this, boy. I'm over here. Look at this. Obama, blaming Obama. You don't even know Obama's policies, you idiot. Talking about blaming Obama. You afraid to look at his policies for real, though. You know, that's what I'm saying with these stupid people on the left. They refuse to look at their fallen messiah and the arch deceiver, which is Obama. Thank you for the likes. Obama is the one, ladies and gentlemen. Obama sold America out. Obama weaponized our enemies, right? Defunded the military. It was all Obama. He's the same one that spied Russia, Spygate on our beloved president we all know and love, and that's Donald J. Trump. There's factual evidence on him, Rice, Clapper, Coleman. We go down the list. All of them, right? All of them. Nobody making this stuff up. Crosswind, hurricane, all this other nonsense. Look at this stuff, man. And they just go in here and just keep same old rhetoric. They don't have nothing for me, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have nothing for me. They are in their feelings. They are butthurt because the truth about Obama is already out. Oh, yeah, that's right. And Obamacare. Oh, my goodness. That was the worst thing ever. I always talked about Obamacare, which was crap. This guy look how much money Obama was getting, $250 million a year off of Obamacare, and then penalizing us for not even wanting Obamacare. You were penalized up to $400 a year on your taxes. $400 ever. Every year that went by, if you decide not to get Obamacare, you were penalized. Y'all remember that. You know what I'm saying? Affordable Care Act is garbage. All it is Obamacare. Once again, you liberals on the left have lost. We got Trump, our ex. That's what we have now. It ain't no more Obamacare, man. Ain't no more of that. Working out prices. Trump been bringing the prices down on Medicare. I was just saying, what did Trump do for America? What did he do for you? He's been doing things for America, making our prices more affordable and things like that, working on things, cutting deals, doing what has to be done, and all this other type of stuff. And then soon, the gas prices is going to stabilize. Like I said before earlier, he always been drilling. Drill, baby, drill. The refineries and everything that's going down, energy independence. Trump said that in his policy before he even ran. We talking about 2024. He ran on that promise. What did Obama do? He ain't do nothing, right? Only one I liked Obama, I got to admit, once again, I ain't afraid to admit it, is the deportation of illegals. Man, I tell you. So don't tell me what I don't know about his policies, right? That's about the only thing. I don't stand with all that other nonsense. That's why I can tell people in this room with the left, you see how crazy and deranged they are? Barack Hussein Obama's policies hurt America, right? Because he was against America, right? Boy, I tell you. Look at this. Talking about stop lying. You talking ignorance. Look at this, man. You kidding me? They refuse to look at what's been going on. You voted for a pedophile. See, if Trump was in here, many of you will be hit with slander. See, that's one thing that I don't do is I'm not up here. I'm not stupid enough to go up here in my feelings and go up here with slander. Because BBC found out, right? George Slopinopoulos found out, right? Look at him. ABC, NBC, right? What's that, 60 Minutes? They all found out. Who got the lawsuit? Trump won lawsuits. He hit the BBC with $1 billion. They got to pay up, right? So that defeats your claim talking about, oh yeah, Trump was a pedophile. Once again, losers. You've been losing every time. Just give up, Democrats. Just give the F up. You don't have no leadership. You don't have no party. You may as well just give up. Give up because you don't have a footing here, right? You lost. Can't you understand? You are the party of losers and jackasses. Can't you understand that? Oh, man, it's just, boy, it's a fact, right? Democrat voters, all the rest of this stuff. I'm going to post your comments right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my goodness. You know, you're always asking questions all the time, though. Deal with the ones that I've been throwing out instead of asking more questions, because you ain't going to get a gotcha moment here, ever. You ain't got no gotcha moments. I got you. You are the ones that got, not us, right? You got to explain the fraud and the money that has been ripped off of the American people and the USAID. You got to explain that, right? Right? You tell me, right? You tell me. Boy, I tell you, man. Right? Oh, yeah. I'm going to post that, though, too. You know? That's what I say, man. Look at him. Look at him. Boy, I tell you, man, look at him. It's pathetic, though, man. It's pathetic. They don't have nothing for me, ladies and gentlemen. They never did. MAGA morons. You the moron, Christine. Your party is gone, jackass. They even support a jackass party. And I'm going in on the Dems because I can go much harder. I'm just trying to be chill. But I can play their game if I really want to. Who's the troll? The troll trolling the troll or me trolling the trolls is what I do, right? That's what I do. I played a dozen growing up. You got to be good to play the dozens. You see what I'm saying? Thank you for the likes. Boy, I'm on that. You know what? They are the jackass party with no common sense. That's how they do. They butt hurt in their feelings. Look at these men, these soy boys, sissy boys. Look at them. It's sad. Sissies. We didn't win. Trump is too good for us. Look at you. You know, you can't even take my stuff. I love it. You know, I give it to the trolls. You know how I do. I'm a showman, man. Boy, this is what Tanya said. This is hilarious. I tell you, I'm going to entertain you one way or the other. Boy, I ride out on these DMs, man. I clown these DMs, man. The pussies they are, especially the men, they worse. Look at them, man. If y'all want to come in my room, I just love clowning the Democrats. I do it better than them. That's one thing about it. You forgot that, remember at one time, a lot of us were Democrats growing up, right? I just never voted for them, though. But we grew up. We know how it go. You know what I'm saying? We know how it go. So all this pedo crap stuff, you preach it to the crowd. You make yourself look foolish and stupid, right? Your party will not win the midterms. Face defeat now. You have nowhere to go. And as I said before, and I love saying this, if I had it in my power, I would take the treasonous people, you know, and the ones, we need to send them over there to Kim Jong-un. That's all we need to do. Because Kim Jong-un got the answer to it. That's why he don't have no problems over there, you know? Man. If you were on Epstein Island, you need to go to Kim Jong-un, right? And that's another thing, though, too. If you in Antifa, you need to go to Kim Jong-un. He knows what to do. Because Kim Jong-un ain't going to have no traitors living. We already know. You will be unalived over there. That's for sure. That's how he deal with traitors. You don't have no traitors hanging around, though. You will be unalived quickly, right? That's what has to happen. Kim Jong-un. Tampon Timmy Watts. That effing clown. You right about that, Paul, man. You know what I'm saying? All them guys is cooked. Tim balls to the walls. He don't have nowhere to go. He's a clown, too. That's why I say, man, we going to put that clown thing back up because we got to concentrate, right? I love trolling the trolls, boy. I do it so well. I do it better than they thought they were going to come in here and troll on me. There you go. That's more fitting. We got Chuck Schumer. We got Barack Obama, which is Hakeem Timu Jeffries. Look who's behind that. We got AOC. We got another one that was Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren, you know. We go right down the list, though, right? Which one is, I'm just looking at it. Which one is Tim Walz? That's not Tim Walz right here. One of the ones further back is Tim Walz, you know what I'm saying? We got, what's his name? Jacob Frey, right? Kenneth Ellis and all the rest of them. We're going to write down on this. Where's Maxine Wicked West Waters? She's back there. I think she's wearing the orange, not the orange, but the green wig way in the back there. I see you hiding there, Maxine Wicked West Waters. You can't hide from me. You in there with your low IQ butt. Look at you. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. a line of clowns and losers. This is what the people from the left. Are you kidding me? Look at this though, man. Are you kidding? Look at this. This is funny. I'm supposed to be getting out of here. Look at this. These are clowns. Look at them. Not even second rate, like fifth rate, sixth rate. Look at them. Look at Chuck Schumer right out in front with his yellow getup in his clown suit. Look at him. Chuck Schumer is more or less the name, though, want to preach to us and try to dictate to us what segregation and Jim Crow is all about when they party started it. Look at these fools. Look at them. Buffoons and idiots. Low IQ. You know? Look at, man, if you over there looking at Chuck Schumer and AOC, or Timu Obama and all the rest of them, look at their district. You know, oh yeah, don't leave out Jasmine Hood Rat Crockett. She will be way further in the back down there. She ain't even in the group no more. Thank you for the likes. Don't leave that Hood Rat out. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that woman that embezzled all that money out of Dalton, Illinois. What's her name? Tiffany Hinyard. Don't vote for her. You know she's trying to run for a Republican. She has a nerve to try to run for the Republican Party now after she embezzled all that money on the Democrats. She ain't going to make it, though, right? I'm over here talking about Dalton, Illinois, though. They ran her out of Dalton, Illinois. And you're not going in. You ain't going to hide in as a Republican. So it's not going to work. We don't want you, right? Look at this. I appreciate the likes. Y'all know I'm tearing it up on the likes, though, man. Look at this, boy. Look at this, boy, for the likes. The dislikes too, because it helps my algorithm for the dislikes. Since they don't know that, they think they're hurting me, but it's actually helping me. Thank you so much, though. Likes or dislikes, it helps me. Not hurt me, but help me. Boy, I tell you, man. Let's see here. Chase Smith says, thank God we didn't get stuck with Kamala and her tampons. You got that right, Chase or Cass. Yeah. I mean, Chase, you got that right. Hold on for a minute. I got you covered. Here it is.
Hello.
Hello. Kamala. Can't make this up.
Do I know now?
We're there after
Wow, brush. I was waiting for you to say it, and it loved it. You're like, how she was that? So you and you may clap.
and your answer is part of the job.
So. Okay, she don't need that.
I'm sure.
Okay. You're welcome. Pull out a Venn diagram.
You hear this snapping nonsense and foolishness, ladies and gentlemen? Do you really want to hear this woman for another 4 years as the president of the United States that's afraid of her own shadow? This is the same woman, right, that couldn't explain her policy, talking about dreamers, right? Talking about, besides the dreamers, she was rah-rahing the dreamers. They got to have a place in our country. She was for, sanctuary cities, making it all good and stuff. Look at her policies. Thank you for the likes, incarcerating over 1,500 black men, and ones that was even innocent, hid their DNA evidence and stuff to give them more time. That's what they used to do on the Chain Gang. Remember that movie Life with Eddie Murphy? That's what she is, a modern-day Klansman, Ain't nothing black about that woman at all. She's a straight-up moron, an idiot, an imbecile, Talking about Kamala Harris, right? You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you, man, I tell you, man, I'd be trolling them, don't I? It's so easy to do, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I love it when these trolls come in here so I can give them that good old Detroit Rock City beatdown, right? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness, man. I love Trump. You got that right. We all love Trump. That's a real man there. a real alpha male, man, for a real serious problem that we have in modern day society right now. Look at this, boy. The racist Karens. You got that right. The racist Karens. Look at this. Oh, man. Sharon says, didn't Malcolm X say about the white liberals being the enemy? They really are. White liberals have been the enemy, right? These are the people, but they all been out. They all been made, though. We all been made. We already know now. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm X stuff jumping off the pages today, ladies and gentlemen. We all been made aware of who our enemies in this country really is. And it's the Dems. It's the Democrats. They are the ones with these rhino-ass Republicans, too. They all the same. The ones that back transgender, want to have men in the women's bathroom. They are men. They are not women, trans women, none of that. They are men. There's already been executive orders that they don't follow. It's called an insurgency, ladies and gentlemen. Even when Trump put his executive orders, who's not following them? It's on the left once again. That's why they got to be rounded up for treason, espionage, right? And to try to overtake our country. We got to round them up, and then we got to send them over there to North Korea. I think that would be better than Gitmo. You know what I'm saying? The chances of survival over there in North Korea is slim to none. You know what I'm saying? It's just straight up what it is. Because, you know, when Kim Jong-un get a hold of these treasonous people, he's going to be unaliving a lot of them, man. And like we said, a person that's treason should not have liberty of life anywhere because they're already showing their colors. The worst thing in the world that you can, let's say, be a part of is a treasonous coup. These people are being watched. I don't trust them. I don't want them around me at all, period. Because these people are showing their true colors of what they really are. These people, ladies and gentlemen, do not have a way in our society at all. They are the ones that are for violence. These are the ones, once again, they want to keep our borders open. They have been pushing treason for a very long time, right? And this is why a lot of them are going to be dealt with soon enough, you know? Because we don't trust you. We don't want you. We cannot live in it. We can't coexist with these people, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I said, let Trump run the course. We ain't got to get ahead of his program and policies. All we got to do is sit back and just chill and wait. All we got to do is show up at the borders. But Trump got everything covered. You ain't got to do anything on your own. Thank you for the lights. Trump is way ahead of them. He plays chess. They play checkers, right? They're about to be checkmate. They have nowhere to go, right? Let justice prevail. They will be dealt with. They will be rounded up. I just want them to be sent over there to North Korea where they belong. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Don't y'all just love it when we in the winning circle? No sense of getting all upset. There's no sense of being uncivilized like they are. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, though, I appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Holly, what you say right here? Oh, this is, hold on for a minute. Let me take a look at it. I want to make sure. Because every now and then I get some of these liberal, hold on, man. Do you have a tiny penis? That's why you are so misogynist. Get used to it, though. Get used to it, Holly. I'm a real man. I tell you what to do. You get used to it, right? Our conservative women don't have no problem at all with no man leadership and authority, right? You know what I'm saying? So you get used to it. You ain't running nothing. You know, if we was in a relationship, I tell you what to do. You don't tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what the thing about it. Only the reason that you talking the way you are because you got weak men that set up laws for you to act the way you act. You know, this is like I said before, though. You know, you could tell them a patriarch society versus a matriarch society. Everywhere in the world there is what we call a patriarch society, not a matriarch society. Woman. Matriarch society don't work. And men around the world are seeing that, especially in America. Gentlemen, a matriarch system does not work. Patriarch system does. Don't let it say, and like I said, I give it to her because that's all she got. She treats this kind of thing and insult and try to insult me. You know? Hold on for a minute. I got something for people like Holly. Hold on for a minute. I just showed it earlier. Hold on, because I was going to get some of these Karens in here because I got something for them too. I got something for all of them, right? Because they can't handle me. Karen, I'm a real man. I'm going to be one of the realest that you're going to ever see. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't cow down and bow down to no woman, let alone no one. And you ain't the boss of me to tell me what to do, you old liberal bitch. You know what I'm saying? See, this is the ones right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ones we got to look out for. Right here. This is the ones right here, ladies and gentlemen. There it is right here. Doesn't that sound like this Holly in here? I knew I was going to catch one or two. That's what you are, Holly. Look at these insane liberal women. Affluential, right? White, liberal females. That's what Malcolm X said. These are the enemies right here. Liberals in general. But look at them. Thank you for the like. I troll you better than what you control me. So this is back to you. You old liberal, you know what? Let me see here. Hold on for a minute. Okay, do I have anything else, ladies and gentlemen, before I shut this down? Yeah. This is I run an unapologetic channel. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, you found me. I ain't find you, right? I'm unapologetic for supporting Trump. I'm MAGA and I'm unapologetic to it, period, right? And I ain't gonna apologize for nobody, right? There it is. As far as I'm concerned, this is Holly right here. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. See, I'm gonna go ahead and make her my center point. You know what I'm saying? Once again, though. I'm gonna hold this up here for a minute. Because this is what she represents, ladies and gentlemen. These are the ones right here. These are the ones right here. And we got they behind on blast. This right here, this dude, and then who else? The clowns? The Democrat clowns are them right here. Holly is one of them. She in that line, too. It's a long line. Oh, yeah, there's Holly right here with the black hair. Right behind the yellow, the dude with the orange hair. That's Holly right there. That looked like a Holly, too. Yeah, in fact, she looked like a Holly. Look at her. Oh, Democrat clown show, right? A freak show is more or less like it. Oh, a show of freaks. Weirdos. Queers and weirds. Look at her. Freakazoid. Oh, my goodness. Freak. Boy, I tell you. Sassy Mom says bootlickers are always buck dancing. Girl, you don't even know what the hell you talking about, Sassy. You don't even know who the bootlicker really is. You over here champion for a party that never had your respect, never loved you. You probably in the hood right now. Generational hood, generational poverty, generational welfare, generational crime and violence and drugs and all the rest of this stuff. And you want to sit up here and big up this. You can get some too. I ain't got no problem with it today. You can get some too, right? Look at this bootlicker, sassy mammy, sassy mammy. You old mammy, you know what I'm saying? You don't sit yourself down, mammy. Boy, I tell you. Look at this. She don't even know her history. That's all she can say. Bootlicker, that's all she can say. You old ignorant ass black. I know it's a sister when I can tell. You ain't the 92% in the black community no more. You failed too. You part of the problem too. You know what I'm saying? Make Kamala. Kamala, you know what I'm saying? That's why I go in on Kamala. Ain't nothing black about her, right? You gonna get this work. And anybody else that want to go ahead and back her up and want to defend her, you want to cape for her, you can get some too. You know what I'm saying? I've been cooking and smoking all day long. Hide behind a meme and act like you over here saying something. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you, boy, it is something else, Look at everybody else got sense, and then we got people that don't have a sense. That's why I say they're not patriotic at all. When you ride in the black community, only ones that flag waving are ones in the military, and that's sad. Rest of them don't even hold no flag up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got an answer for all that. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I really do. I really do. Yep. What David is saying, 4 and 20 firearms in America, and yet this POTUS still exists. Wear your hat outside TikTok. Wear your hat outside TikTok. What are you talking about? One thing about it, I always keep my my American Express. Never leave home without it though, because if I go, somebody going too. That's how we play that game. If I go, we all gotta go. If I go, we all gotta go. That's just how I go. If I go, we all gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the like. That's how it's gonna be, because we already know conservatives hold way more you-know-whats than liberals do. Don't F around and find out. Please don't F around and find out. You don't want that. You just talking, You ain't about that life. You just talking. Thank you for that light. They just over here talking, ladies and gentlemen. They none of them about that life. You know what I'm saying? Many of us are good with those tools, if you know what I mean. They just about that. They ain't about that life, though, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of military, too. I got a lot of military friends that back me up on this stuff. These are just sellout house, you know what's, and all the rest of them, man. That would love to be on the Democratic slave plantation. And that's fine if you want to be there, but you ain't going to have no party once Trump get finished with it. You ain't going to have nothing. We the party of common sense, right, and decency. America is changing for the better. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. And I appreciate you guys for rocking out with me, man. Look at all these likes today. We really showed them. Once again, ladies, and another like. Boy, look at this, boy. I tell you, boy, this is what I'm saying here. You guys are the ones that keep me going, keep pushing the show, right? All I ever ask is if you can subscribe for me. That's all I care, you know. If you could do that for me, do that solid for me, that will work. Oh, yeah, and before I go, I got to go ahead and you know how I do. I got my sponsor, you know. Hold on for a minute. There you go. There we go right here. Let me move that out the way, too. And Obama, you know. Look at him. Look at him, ladies and gentlemen. The sellout, the bootlicker, the Sambo. There you go. Oh, yeah, Mr. Cracker himself. Look at Sambo. Obama, right? Look at him. All right, so let me go ahead and do this here. So social media done daily. You want to deal with Mr. Ralph. Mr. Ralph does YouTube, Instagram, as well as X. He'll grow your followers. Give Mr. Ralph a call. There's his email down there, or just hit him up on the email. He'll come up with a competitive pricing that's fit for your budget. Give him a call. Let him know that I sent you, that Tony Love sent you. He'll know. You know, he probably watching right now saying, when is this guy going to show my stuff? I just did. I ain't going to forget. So once again, social media, right, done daily. Yep, Mr. Ralph, right? There it is. So if any of you are interested in becoming a content creator, Mr. Ralph will hold your hand and walk you through the whole process. He helped me out tremendously, you know. I was once a few viewers, which I didn't care because I just had fun doing this stuff, right? But he said, you know what? We could do other things behind the scenes to really help you in the algorithm. Therefore, you'll get more visibility, which I appreciate. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want YouTube, Instagram, and X growth and followers, please hit Mr. Ralph up. And that's his email down below, though, you know. There it is right here, though. I'm going to tell him, too, to change that font. But at any event, I see what's going on. So, yeah, but that's it. A shorter font, hit him up, Mr. Ralph. There we go. Now, back to the show. I'm about to get ready to get on off, get off here as well, too. But I just wanted to put that up here over here as well. And then we're also working on Mike Lindell with My Pillow, you know what I'm saying? Yep, so My Pillow, though, you know. So everybody remember My Pillow, you know. Still, let me go ahead and show him real quick. So there it is. Yep, My Pillow. There's Mike Lindell. Actually, this guy is running for to be governor of Minnesota, you know. And the chances of him winning could be possibly very good, you know. Give a shout out to Mike Lindell, you know. Mike Lindell, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Yeah. So yeah, Mike, it's all good, man. Look at that. So get your $10 off, and I think they still running that promo. They always running promos, you know. I'm talking about a restful sleep, man. You know what I'm saying? You sleep well with Mike Lindell stuff, My Pillow, you know. All that tossing and turning at night. You got a nice pillow top mattress cover and all that stuff, man. This is the man. They call him Dr. Sleep. That's who the real Dr. Sleep is, you know what I'm saying? Is this guy right here, Mike Lindell, man. I remember his backstory, man. He used to be homeless and everything, man. He done turned his life around in America, and you can too, you know. All you got to do is believe in yourself, right? Yeah, believe in yourself. Never let them tell you otherwise, that you can't believe in yourself. You believe in yourself. You trust in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. That's my phone ringing, but I ain't going to deal with that right now. Yeah. But you have to trust in yourself, though, ladies and gentlemen. So other than that, though, we're going to go ahead on and start with the Star Spangled Banner. and stuff. And I appreciate you guys. Paul, I'm going to get you on that list. You're going to be one of my deputies. I remember you from before, Paul, man. Yeah, preach, brother. Yeah, you right about that. Preach. Yeah, you know I'm telling the truth. You right about that, though, man. Yep. Because, we all know, though, you know what I'm saying? And 226, yeah, man, it's like people like you guys that keep me going, man. Hallelujah. That's what he's telling the truth. Hallelujah. Amen. You right about that. That's what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I support Jake Paul. I mean, not Jake Paul, but him too. But what's his name? Jake, you know what I'm talking about. The one that's running for governor, you know what I'm saying? Put me on live, clown. I ain't gonna putting you on ish, because all you gonna do is get in your feelings. I tried that once, and you'll be worse, man. I ain't gonna put you on at all, man. You don't deserve to get put on at all, because I already know from my experience dealing with black folks, man, they rub and run their mouth, and they love to get in their feelings. You ain't getting on. You ain't gonna never get on. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you gonna get on is get on the Republican side is what you're gonna do. But you ain't getting up on over here, embarrassing yourself and trying to embarrass me too. We don't have good communications though. I always know who the ones I challenge you in debate. You can't challenge me out of a paper bag, man. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing about it. I done gave you more factual information earlier, and I gave you many of them to deal with. You know what I'm saying? This is the party. The Democrat Party is the party of slavery, right? The party of Jim Crow segregation. And you're going to deal with that. You ain't going to get up over here, because I already know how that go. Because I end up muting you, and then I have to end up throwing you off the show. Because you see, a lot of these people don't know how to debate, especially in the so-called black community. They just don't. They get in their feelings and stuff. They don't know how to handle this stuff for real, for real. That's all they are. They don't offer nothing, no solutions whatsoever. And like I said, I can hit this guy really, really hard if I want to, But he ain't getting up on here, You're not going to get up over here, though, at all. No. Nope. Because it ain't gonna be fair to the viewers. Y'all don't want to hear nobody screaming, hollering, yelling on one side. I can handle this show all by myself. And that's one thing we ain't going to do. I know as my ratings started dropping down, and I said, oh, my goodness, no, we ain't going to try that again. Nobody going to be up here listening to screaming, hollering, and yelling from one side, people. Oh, my goodness. Tanya, oh, my God, got me another, look at her. Even the women rock with you, boy. Go ahead, Tanya. Where's my magic? Hold on for a minute. The ladies get the harp. There you go, Tanya. Yeah, Tanya get the harp. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Tanya gets the harp. Boy, go ahead. A constitutional republic. Go ahead, Tanya. That's what I'm talking about. Tanya, I'm also do the one. When I do my posting, I always put the hearts red, white, and blue. Boy, even Tanya got more sense than these men over on the left. Man, Tanya is not attracted to no damn soy boy, liberal men on the left, man. I got a lot of hotties and cuties that follow me as well. What do they have? Nothing. They're just angry and hating. I tell you. Look at Sharon, boy. Go ahead, Sharon. Look at this, boy. Sharon is another. Where's my harp at? There we go. Yeah, look at that, boy. That's my harp right there. Constitutional Republic. Yeah, I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Boy, look at that. We got Sharon in the house, boy. Well, we got a lot of my, boy. I'll tell you though, man. Go ahead and speak that truth, Paul. Let me go ahead and post that up before I go, man. Yeah, y'all definitely need recognition. There we go. Recognition. Yeah, that's what it is. And what we ain't going to do, we ain't going to do that screaming, hollering debate. Y'all seen, some of y'all that watch that, man, we ain't going to do that no more, man. I tried that as a test. It went south. It actually went south, in my opinion, though, because we had a guy that was up here that got in his feelings and got triggered and couldn't really deal with the real questions and what's really at hand. And this is what I didn't like is being called an enemy politically. That rhetoric needs to die. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, we ain't trying that no more. No, we ain't gonna do that. No way. Yep. Look at that. Let me see here, boy. Go ahead, Tanya. Tanya Zimmer. There we go. I gotta make you a mod too, boy. Y'all gonna be part of my crew, my posse. We are in the wild, wild west fighting against these Democrat liberals and pedos and all the rest of them, though. That's what they stand for, and that's what they are. bunch of pedos and all kind of stuff. And we're going to clean this whole country up as one horse right town, you know what I'm saying? We're going to clean it up. We are going to clean it up, you know? And y'all going to be deputized. Y'all going to be my sheriffs. I mean, I'm a sheriff and y'all my deputies is what I'm trying to say. Boy, I tell y'all, man, look at this stuff. I'm over here reading this stuff. But I like what you're saying, though. I'm going to clean it up. One town at a time. We're going to clean it up. Boy, Slick Nick in the house. Boy, we got Slick Nick. Slick Nick. Boy, I remember you. Boy, I'm going to have to go ahead and go ahead and swear you in and deputize you as well, too. Where my thing at here? Hold on. I got something for the guys here. Hold on for a minute. For the fellas. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Slick Nick in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Welcome back, Slick Nick. I'm going to make sure I ain't forget nobody. Yep, Slick Nick. Boy, we got that. Paul in the house. I ain't forgot you guys, man. I know y'all roll, man. Wait till I get y'all, man. I'm going to get y'all. Y'all going to be deputies the next time you're up here. You're going to see that blue wrench. You already know what time it is. You know what time it is. Let them say they stuff. But if they get too far out of control, y'all know what to do. You know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Boy, y'all going to be, let's say, sworn in as my deputies, boy, and I'm the sheriff, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Who is the little snowflake? Yeah, we know who the snowflakes are. It's the Dibber. That's an easy question. He says, coward, I would debate you. He says, coward, I would debate you. But here's the thing, y'all, you don't even know how to even debate. Having you up here be a big waste of time, right? We ain't trying to hear the left debate-ish no more. All we going to do is just keep running what we've been running. We ain't in the time of debating no more. Well, it was one time where I really would have debated you when Trump was running. Now that Trump won and we're going to take over the House and the Senate, we don't need to debate anything at all, you know? And I've been a great moderator last time we had that last week. No, we ain't going to do that again. No, because I know what was going to end up happening. You're going to end up getting muted, you know, because you're going to be getting your feelings, because I'm going to get you in your feelings. That's just what I do. Because the stuff I'm saying, I target. I make you get excited. That's just how it is. You ain't talking and yapping about nothing. Anybody might want to hear about your viewpoint. You're lost. Just give up, right? You want to debate somebody, go on somebody else's channel and debate. You ain't going to debate over here and have my ratings go down and have a whole bunch of screaming match, shouting match, and all this other stuff. Nobody want to hear that stuff. You ain't even qualified to debate, right? I think I moderate very well the last time. Moderator. I think I do. Very well. Texas Jane. Boy, go ahead, Texas Jane. Trying to goat somebody. Ain't nobody falling for that. Oops. Nobody falling for that stuff. You ain't going to get up here. Yep. Yeah, that's for Texas Jane, ladies and gentlemen. Texas Jane in the house. Yeah, they ain't getting up here wasting our time, man. We got plenty of things to talk about. We're gonna keep riding on Obama. We're gonna keep running him down in the ground. We're gonna kick Barack Obama's behind. Boy, I say, yeah, Juan, you should know though, you know. Yep, you should know, you bootlicker yourself. You know, anybody that rock with Obama is a bootlicker, and I said it. You know what I'm saying? I gave the evidence on Obama, right? And you's a bootlicker, sir. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fuck Obama. That's what you want to say. Fuck Obama. How about that? Obama, you got to put, and the rest of your Democrats, right? The ones over here on the left, you know? The ones that been trying to protect the pedos and all the rest of that stuff. It was the Dems. Now that they've been found out for what they really are. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you, Obama policies is garbage. The people on the left are nothing but jackasses, man. That's why it's so easy, though, you know? You think you're going to get up here, you got another thing coming, though, you know? I'm going to make you mad. I'm going to make you sad, right? And I'm going to make you wish that you were glad to be part of the Trump administration. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get on out of here. I love trolling the trolls, though. And you guys been great, man. Look at you. Y'all been killing it on the likes, man. That's what I'm talking about. We got more Trump supporters, Patriots and stuff. And I mean, here it is, Paul. You're going to get that wrench. And many others, you know, going to get that wrench. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wait and see. Yep, Tanya, you're going to get that wrench. You know, yeah, a lot of you going to get that wrench, man. You know, y'all are my deputies, and I am the sheriff. I roll with my deputies. I sure do, you know. We're going to ride in one city, one town, and liberate them from these clowns. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, man, that's what I'm talking about. They can't handle a black conservative at all. Look at them in their feelings. Look at them. Boy, I just love it, man. Where my crybaby sound at before I go? You know what I'm saying? Where my crybaby sound at, you know? Oh, yeah, hold on for a minute. There we go. There we go. Oh, you want a cookie? It's okay. We're going to go ahead and get you some McDonald's. Oh, yeah, we're going to get some McDonald's. Look at that. Look at her, man. Look at her, man. Oh, I just love it. I just love it, man. Look at them, man. They are mad. And ladies and gentlemen, they are big mad over here on the left. Because I've been hitting them with facts all day long. Look at them. They can't stand it. Where that Obama at? Where? I'm looking for the one with the handcuffs and everything. Don't let me, boy. Don't let me have to go ahead and go scorch earth. Am I going to have to do that? Oh, man. Look at this here, man. Boy, where you at? Oh, man. The man, the sellout. There we go. The man, the sellout. This guy right here that sold us out for chicken change. This is the sellout right here. Look at him. Barry Santoro. Oh, don't think we don't know. Look at him. Look at Barry. Barry. Look at him. Boy, look at this here, man. Look at him. A joke. Look at this clown here. Look at your fearless leader in the process about to be arrested for treason. Look at him. Espionage. Treason. This is the man right here, right? And weaponize Iran. Now, Big Daddy Trump had to go in there and handle business. That way we ain't going to be have to deal with Iran no more. This guy could have did it, but he didn't. He's the reason why they're in this out of control now. You know, we're gonna auction your ass out of power, and soon you're gonna be in them silver handcuffs where you deserve, boy. You know, I troll the trolls better than the trolls, ladies and gentlemen. They ain't over here running nothing. You ain't got nothing to worry about. All they do is know how to run their mouth. You know, that's all they know how to do. Look at this, boy. Yep. The man that we are looking at, ladies and gentlemen, is the man we in the driver's seat. We are looking good. And that's, we already know, and that's Trump, right? That's exactly what it is, boy. Let me go ahead and show Trump. There you go. Trump holds all the cards. Look at this. Oh, man. Trump holds all the cards, ladies and gentlemen. Get used to it. Look at him. Trump is holding all the cards. Yeah. Look at them cards. Holding all the cards. And then also, too, I got to do my one and final before I get out of here. Hold on for a minute. That's who I stand with is Ice. Right? The Ice Man cometh. Right? Ice, baby. Stop. Nah, we're going to collaborate and listen. Ice going to be kicking in doors and getting them to be on some submission. That's exactly what it's going to be, boy. That's right. And it's going to come to a town near you. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, boy. I find men and women at ICE, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, man. And like it is, though, look at this, boy. That's a beautiful thing. Ice, baby. That's exactly what it is. Thank you, guys, you know, because ICE is coming. Iceman cometh. Iceman cometh. Yep, he's coming. Can't stop ICE, you know. Oh, man. Boy, I tell you. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? So this is what it is. I done finished trolling on the trolls, man. I done trolled the trolls so much, though, and I do it so well and things. So, yeah, let me go ahead and do this here. We're going to put that beautiful let me get this traitor out of here. This is the dude. Then we can get this traitor out of here. He's a traitor, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go and get him out of there. I'm tired of looking at his face. But other than that, though, so let's go ahead and do this, though. I'm going to play the American, what's the Star Spangled Banner. Is what's going to happen because everything is all good, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go and get that Star Spangled Banner up. And then I got to go ahead on and close the show, though. It's a beautiful thing. And this piece is sung by Ashley LaRue. Give Ashley a LaRue, man. You can go on this channel, but Ashley LaRue, this is copyright free. And let's go ahead and play it. You know, let's get it.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
That was a beautiful piece, man. Sung very, very, very well. Ashley LaRue. Go ahead, Ashley LaRue. Boy, I tell you, we give her a shout out as well, too. Yeah. And I'm glad to see so many commies in my chat because now we know who they are and many more, you know. And if I had it my way, you'll be all rounded up and be sent over there to North Korea and let Kim Jong-un deal with you. Sure would. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we outweigh these idiots. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate y'all being a part of something great. Some random guy speaks and things. Yeah, we got some sunlight coming in here. It's so bright. I left my window open, but it's all good though, you know. But I said as a placeholder, I'm going to put the American flag up. I just realized that, oh boy. But at any event, I appreciate you guys for coming on and backing your brother up, which is Some Random Guy Speaks, and look forward to the next one. We're going to go into the corruption of this wicked party, this jackass party that have been lying to the people for a very long time. They are being ousted out of power. They can't handle it. We are in the winning circle. Let nobody else tell you otherwise. All they can do is come in here and name call, ladies and gentlemen, and I ain't been never afraid of names at all, right? We stand on truth. Yeah, thank you, Slick Nick. You make sense. I appreciate it. You guys are making sense. The ones that are for this country, you see these sellouts and these traitors, right? And they are going to be dealt with sooner or later, right? Because there's no place that they can go. This is a constitutional republic, right? Yeah, you're right about that, Mark. I'm right here in Michigan, right with you, because we're going to get Gretchen Whitmer on out of there. Don't worry about that, though. We're going to have us a MAGA Republican as the actual governor, because their policies don't work. Look at the fraud that Ratchet Hitler been doing, right? I already went over that on my other live. Ratchet Hitler, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, big booty Ratchet Hitler, man. I tell you. Yeah, you know what? I mean, I'm glad to hear that, because I never been a Democrat, even though I was born in a household of Democrats. But I never voted for either side until Trump. When Trump came around 2016, he showed me something different. But I never was about those other parties, because they were both BS prior to, right? So you're right about that. Never been a Democrat. A Democrat is like saying nothing's a jackass party. That's why they love coming in this room, thinking they talking, thinking that it ain't gonna happen, you know. Yep. Obama the sellout. So I'll be cooking him again too, but we're gonna talk about that fraud and that on all the other stuff that they've been stealing money from the American people. The next live tomorrow. But I thank you guys. You guys have been great. I got to go out here and make that money, make that shmoney, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about to do. But other than that, though, you know, I appreciate you guys. Please, subscribe, like, and comment, though. You know, I do read the comments and things like that. Where's Gamala? I'm not for sure where she's at. Last I remember her, she was doing some type of book signing tour and things. That was a buzz, too. You know, nobody going to show up at no book signing tour. She ain't nobody going to want no book sign with her. You know what I'm saying? The one that's afraid of her own shadow, you know. Gamala. Yeah, Gamala Harris, you know. You got to pronounce it with the G. You know, Gamala. Yeah, Gamala Harris, you know. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, Clinton was Epstein Island. He sure was. He wasn't the only one. But, yeah, he's on there big time. It's 100 and some odd flight trips on there, according to the flight logs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave out that damn Mondummy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because his actual birth certificate, how he came over in this country was fraudulent. They're going to get him. It's all in time, though, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? We are, Antifa is being crushed as we speak. They on the run, hiding, leaving out of the country and stuff. They're going to be apprehended. They are sicko clowns, morons, TDS, lying to the American people, stealing from the American people. You know what I'm saying? They send their foot soldiers out here, and they being handled too. But other than that, though, ladies and gentlemen, y'all take care of yourself. I appreciate it. Y'all are great. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Paul, and I got some others, though. You guys are going to be, like I said, though, you know, Tanya. And I know there's another gentleman, too, that rocks with me. Slick Nick, there you go. You guys going to see some wrenches, some blue wrenches next time. Y'all are my deputies, and I am the sheriff, right? So until we meet again, right, stay safe, stay encouraged, make America strong again. Make America prosperous again. Make America safe again. Make America healthy again. And last but not least, let's make America, great again. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all been great, boy. America, I love you. I love America. I love you. Peace and chicken grease. I'll see y'all next time. I am out.